Hello and welcome to the Free Cheese, episode 268. I'm your Joe Dix, joined by Marc Augustiniak.
Hey.
Ben Barris.
What's up?
The Free Cheese is a weekly video game podcast about video games brought to you once a week by thefreecheese.com. What's up, dude?
Hey, man.
Yo. We're in the thick of it.
Think of what?
October.
Yeah. Go outside.
Dude, well, don't talk about that.
Yeah.
Just, come on. It's here. It's all right. Everything's good. I made a Halloween playlist the other day.
No,
That's cool.
I've been at that for a while.
That's cool.
It's, yeah.
I like
what did you name your playlist?
Boo.
I called mine Spoobins.
That's pretty good.
I don't really have a playlist. I just listen to, like, a lot of old school, like, death metal and heavy metal, black metal. Kind of just let it ring.
I feel good about the flow of mine. I feel like it's got good, like...
Mine is a weird mix. It's like some of it metal, some of it rock, some of it dance.
Yeah, I'm a little... It starts with Year Zero by Ghost, because you got to get ready for the season,
There he
right?
is.
I think I just shuffle mine. But I have a cover of Terror Time.
Terror Time.
Did you ever watch Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island?
Yeah, I did.
Man.
Remember, like, that first song when he finally discovered the zombies were real and they started
man.
Dude,
running?
that movie was dope.
Yeah, that movie was
Yeah,
really
It was
good.
dope.
The
Fuck
movie
the
aired
haters,
on
man.
Halloween.
Fuck the haters. I'm just assuming people hate it, so I'm just gonna say
I don't
fuck
think
the
I don't think
haters.
anybody hated it.
No, maybe it's
I
just
hope
me.
not.
I'm just an idiot.
It did better than the live action stuff.
I got shit that you wouldn't expect on it. Like, I got stuff... Like, I got Swordfish Trombone by Tom Waits.
Dude, that's
just
a
'cause
good
it makes
song,
me,
man.
But it makes me feel like October, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Little Metallica.
Well, of course.
Close it out with Dragula.
Oh, I have that and a remix.
Yeah.
And a remix of Living Dead Girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If there's one song you'd put on a Halloween playlist, Ben, what would it be?
Halloween. From Misfits.
I did the AFI version.
That's fine. AFI is good.
I did the AFI version leading into Skulls by the Misfits.
I
like that.
have Friday the 13th by the Misfits.
Nice. Fuck yeah. I feel like you could just make a whole we'll just listen to the Misfits. It'd be good. Pretty good. Yeah, I mean, it's here. It's happening, right? Every time I go to the grocery store, I bring home new October-themed items. I'm making a lot of pumpkin bread lately.
Dude, I
Yeah.
need to make pumpkin bread.
Go
Because I hear
upstairs. I got some.
Bill Burr makes it too. Because I listen to his podcast, and he always talks about how he makes it every, like, October.
I mean, to be fair, you know me. I'm making fucking pumpkin pies in April.
Oh, yeah, man.
But,
I've only made pumpkin bread once, and it was in home ec
oh,
in like 10th grade.
nice.
And it was supposed to be for a parent. Because that's, like, everybody's making gifts for their parents.
Yeah, but apparently I ate it.
Yeah, exactly. Because
Wow.
I didn't have a
Here we
lunch.
go.
And I was like, I'm fucking eating this. I made it. I deserve it.
Yeah, you worked hard for that.
Yeah.
So from scratch? Was it from a mix? What was it? Do you remember? Do you remember the recipe? The great recipe of 10th grade?
I want to assume it was from scratch.
Yeah, probably.
It was only like maybe as big as my hand.
Oh,
Like
well,
in
okay.
length.
Yeah.
Whatever. So,
Easy bake oven style.
I'm trying to find, there's
creepy crawlers.
my friend, because I'm still on Footbook because it's good for, like, band advertisements.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I'm trying to fucking find it. There's an event going on in New York, and it's like an annual satanic chapter meeting, and it's like open, and they're gonna show like unreleased footage of like Anton LaVey doing like rituals.
Doing what?
I don't know, man. Like I guess you can only go so far, but like
Huh.
I was like, wow, it's interesting.
All right. Yeah. I don't even know. Anton LaVey's he's a dude for sure.
Interesting feller.
Yeah. Isn't he a fucking circus dude?
Well, I actually did a research paper on him in college, and he played the Ben. It's not Kaleidoscope. What's the Calliope? Is it called?
What?
It's like a big, like the organ you hear at carnivals, like like
There's a name for shit.
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do. I'm just laughing because now, yes.
Because usually, aren't those usually like a crank?
Yeah, like
And
you crank them.
yeah,
I
you're
think
right,
the old
Calliope.
style. Yeah, Calliope. Well, he was a Calliope player for a carnival.
Mm-hmm.
And carnival or circus, and like he said at the end of each night, the performers would do like they would just get blasted off of whatever and just like fuck each other.
Gasoline.
And then, and then that Sunday they would all go to church and ask for forgiveness for their sins. So Anton was just like, why don't we just fucking fuck each other all the time, man? Fuck it. And then that's like the Church of Satan came around, but then like his daughter is like, no, none of that ever happened. So I'm like, no doubt.
Maybe that's just because you don't want to believe that your dad was getting high on gasoline and fucking his coworkers, you know? But at the end of the day, all we're ever doing is just getting high on gasoline and fucking our coworkers.
That's what it is, man.
Party on, man.
Pumping gasoline.
Until diseases set in, then you're like, no more party. Or party harder.
What if you don't believe in disease? Think about that.
I would be worried.
Disease is just a conspiracy.
Yeah.
I can't see it.
Yeah.
Just because I cannot see it doesn't mean I don't.
Except for Leprosy.
Yeah.
It's a great death metal album, too.
Who wrote that album?
I used to think
Death.
Oh.
I used to think that meant you were turning into a leopard as a kid.
Well, isn't that?
I mean,
I thought you said leper. But you said leopard.
I mean, almost.
I would want to get that.
Just
almost turn into a leopard.
Go full leopard.
Actually, no, because then I think of like the cringy people that like get tattoos of like leopard skin on them and like get their tongue split in half.
Yeah.
It's like they don't have issues.
Nah, they just
just eternal cosplaying.
They just
I don't know if I
go on all
turn
fours
into
and
anything.
shit on the walls and everything.
Maybe mist. I'd turn into mist.
Nah, because then someone turns on the fan and you're fucked.
Hey, you just turn back into a human. I'm thinking like Alucard levels of.
Okay, no doubt. I thought you just meant like
just turn into a ball.
You just turn into a ball of mist, and you're like, well, I guess I'm like fucked now. I can't turn back into human.
Yeah, no, I'm going.
That's interesting. I've never heard somebody say mist.
What if somebody breathes you in?
Yeah, then you're fucked. How are you gonna?
Do you then you transform and you just explode
then you become them? Yes, exactly.
Or you just get crunched. And
Talk about
inside.
Uncapitalized fucking ability in the Castlevania series. Konami's actually building a reboot of that franchise. That needs to be a thing. You as Alucard can turn into mist, fly into someone's fucking body, and then turn them inside out.
Kind of just want to be a bat and get tangled in their hair, and then they freak out.
That's a fatality, isn't it?
Oh, I'm sure it is.
I think that's a fatality.
From smoke, right?
Smoke or one of the
robots?
Female.
Oh.
I can't remember. I think it was one of the newer Mortal Kombat.
Dude, where the fuck is the new Mortal Kombat game?
Next year.
Do you follow Ed Boon on Twitter?
Yeah, Ed's always fucking with
Dude,
us.
he's always what a guy. What a guy.
I hope he just shadow drops it.
Like, at this rate, that's how it's going to happen.
Like, yeah, here's a reveal trailer. Guess what? Out today.
I mean, if you think about it, the build up to Injustice 2 was like long, you know? With MK10 too, you're like, or X, I don't know what the hell they call it.
I called it, I don't know. No, I think it was 10 because 9 I played. I've never played 10. 9 I played the fuck out of.
You never played 10? We should do it.
I know. I was going to buy it when it came out, but then I was just like, I forgot what was out
I
at the
got
time
it.
when I played
I'll
it.
tell you, I remember not loving it because of the like weird fatality system. You had like easy fatality. There was a lot of stuff they did.
That was the one. It was like you could buy fatalities and you like press square.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's one of the things that like turned me off about it.
Yeah, I kind of want to go back to it now with a different mindset.
Which I think you could technically do with the older, like Mortal Kombat Deception. I think you could do that, but you would unlock it in the game.
Yeah, I mean everything now.
Yeah. So I don't know. I can't remember.
Man, fighting games are dope.
Dude, they fucking are.
It's true.
There's too many.
That's also true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of games, did you guys play any game this week?
Oh yeah, we are a game podcast.
I forgot about that.
Shit.
Mark, did you get into any?
A little bit here and there.
Any jams? Yeah. You had a little sick week.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's the plague.
You seem better than you.
Well, because I had meds. Finally.
That'll probably do it.
If you didn't say you were sick, you'd seem like you seem fine. Like you don't look pale or anything.
I also thought it would sound fine. I'm like, well, that's the sadness, Ben.
Like I love it when people say they're sick because I'm that person. Like, yeah, man, you look like shit. Like,
I mean,
you're pale as a wall, man. You might want to sit down or something.
I mean, obviously, I'm not like I'm not bad enough to where like I couldn't make it.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm like, thankfully lately, like when I get sick, it's like it's never I'm bed rested. I can't fucking move. I just want to die. It's more like I still want to die, but I'm still mobile. I'm still active a little bit, even though I should probably rest.
Isn't that a myth?
What?
Like if you have that kind of sickness, you're not actually supposed to sit inside all day. You're supposed to like move around and keep going.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, I think you should still be a little active, but you also just don't want to spread shit.
Yeah, don't like run a marathon.
Yeah. But it's like mind over matter, you know?
But I think the reason why they say that is because they don't want you, like say if you work in an office, they don't want you going in the office and getting everybody sick. So that's why I say, hey, you should just go home and rest. Not for your sake, just for my fucking sake. That's where I think it came from.
I guess it's the plus of being in a corner of a room that nobody knows I'm in.
No, I mean, the last time I got sick was because some motherfucker kept coming to work. And just
exactly.
Like,
I think it's just a transition of like the weather, because I don't know how to dress for the weather now. I don't know.
Nobody does.
I have
it's the fucking worst.
I have like a 3/4 long sleeve with shorts because I just don't know.
I'm sitting here, like, I turned off the air so the fucking vents weren't beaming in our microphones, and my legs are sweating.
Yeah,
I don't know about y'all.
Nah, man,
I'm Greek, so I'm always sweaty.
Yeah.
And that's why I like cold. I mean, I like warm weather too, but it's fucking October, man.
Let's go.
I want to carve a pumpkin. If I put a pumpkin out there now, it's going to melt into pumpkin soup.
That's true.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Well, let me know if it gets too hot. I can always bump the air.
No, I feel fine.
Yeah, everything's cool. But, outside of that, played a teeny bit of games. I caught up on Resident Evil 4 a little bit.
Nice.
I'm on chapter, I think it's still 2-3. It might be 2. I don't know if there's a 2-4 or if it's just 3.
How many chapters are in that game?
Like, I can't remember, like 4 or 5.
Okay.
It might be 4. Matt and I talked about it before. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But I have actually, we now made it to the castle, so now I'm fighting all the cultists and everything. Ran into Salazar, the little...
Oh, fuck yeah.
The little fucking Napoleon piece of shit. That dude.
It's so weird. That's like... that game I have so few memories. Like I remember it, but I only really played
That's
it like
why
once or
now
twice.
you're saying it because all I remember from without you talking about it is like Village, and
Chainsaw.
Then Chainsaw, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, dude, and then
Ashley,
like the last half of the game.
Hovercraft.
Yeah. So it's like so it's Village, and then then there's that sea creature in the lake.
I forgot that whole part.
Didn't even know that happened.
Yeah,
you're on a little boat with like a harpoon.
Yeah,
I remember that. I just didn't know you had to fight anything. I thought it was just like an escape.
No, I forgot all about that.
And like after you kill him, he's sinking, but the rope gets around your foot and he's falling, so you got to like cut the rope as fast as you can before you get taken under.
We need another creature of the Black Lagoon.
Yeah, we do. But yeah, so then if I can get Ashley, make it to the castle, and then this is where it gets like the game gets a little creepier because like there's cultists around, but you never see them right away because you always hear the chanting and the whispering. It's always just like call that.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
and it's just like we're just like ready around every corner. I'm just like I always tell Ashley to wait. I go up a couple feet, peek around a corner. I'm like follow me, and then keep going. Upgraded. Let's see the Red 9. I got to upgrade more. I got the semi-sniper rifle now, semi-auto. So I have to keep one shot. Oh,
right.
Jump out of the scope, reload, go back in the scope.
Son of a bee.
Scobs.
Yeah, I just been playing that safe. Just been conserving ammo, cutting bitches when they're down, save all my money. And
you try looking up Ashley's skirt?
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah. No, it's an Easter egg in the game because it triggers something if you do it.
You keep fucking with... Every time I go to take a sip of coffee, it's just like, boom.
He knows when to do it. This is planned.
Yeah.
No, but
now I'm getting real hot.
No, yeah, I've done it. There's also, like, there's a little threshold of, like, you can still look up and her not yelling at you. And then, like,
I'm glad you found that threshold.
Yeah, I'm a pervert. I don't care. Her fashion doesn't make sense in that. She has a sleeveless sweater with a
plaid skirt,
and then she has another sweater tied
I remember
around.
nothing about the game, but I remember what Ashley wears because we're all in the same boat here.
It is Capcom. They have a great history of dressing females in every game they've ever made.
Her fucking DLC outfit.
Oh, I think I remember that.
Yeah,
happening.
Or even like Ada. It's like She's wearing some like silky red lingerie style dress and like heels. Like, bitch, there's a zombie apocalypse going on.
But she's so great.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just like, how?
They're not stilettos. They are killettos.
But basically, OG Bayonetta.
Yeah.
OG Bayonetta.
Yeah. Well, I no, because I think they added that one mission that was in the PS2 version where you can play as Ada.
Oh,
and
yeah, like
she's
the
wearing
side
more
thing.
of like the more spy agent stuff. Looks more like Leon for some reason.
I'm enjoying Resident Evil proper.
Yeah.
We've got actually today, as long as everything goes well with this, having trouble getting everything exported out of Final Cut for that, but hopefully we're getting there. But yeah,
You're just scratching the surface.
Yeah, we finally made some headway. So if you caught our first episode of Under My Umbrella, a lot of trial and error. But now the second episode, we finally made it. Like, I feel good. I think I even mentioned it when we were in the video. Like,
yeah, I mean, it's definitely a rough start, but you know, that's just all part of the experience.
Yeah. No, but like after that first video, I was like, I don't know if I want to get back into this game. I don't know if I really like. I was gonna, because we got to do it for the series, right? And then I was just like, all right, let's do it. And then we got it. And now I'm like, all right, now I'm good.
Yeah,
that first, you're doing Jill, right?
Yeah.
Jill's not too bad, because Chris, it's like that first quarter of the intro, it's you don't have a gun, you have a knife. So you basically have to like run around, so it's like annoying.
This was just like we couldn't find where to go next. There's a lot of just like, which is fine as a gaming experience, but I'm also like being conscious of the fact that we're recording this, and there's like all those external factors that weigh into it. But
see, the original Resident Evil did that even worse, because this one you kind of get like cues of like where to go next,
and I feel like they added more.
Yeah. No, they definitely added more, 100%.
There's stuff I don't remember, and I was like, whoa. Like, I don't know if it was in the original, but when you go outside and there's a tomb.
Pause. You're talking about, when we say original, we're not talking about the GameCube one. We're talking about PS1. Yeah, that whole tomb part, that wasn't in Resident Evil.
Oh, down in
that
whole
back outside part wasn't
Oh.
in the original Resident Evil.
Okay. Interesting.
Cool.
Yeah, because the way you get to, I guess, the last part of the game, it's when you get to like when you walk in, when you hear like the moans coming from the stairs.
Yeah.
That whole back part, that was just like a hallway.
See, that's interesting, because that makes more sense with that door, because it looks like a wall with just a handle on it.
Yeah.
So maybe they're just like, hey, we don't want to change the map, but
what if we just open this up?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, it's like they added practically a whole other game inside of a game.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it. I don't know how far we'll go with this series if I'll play through all of them, but I'm definitely.
You should try out the original PS1. I'm curious because you played the remake first, right? Because you didn't play the.
I played the
OG.
first one like for not long.
I'm curious like that shift.
Yeah, maybe like when we get through it, we'll just do like an episode where we just see how far we can get.
There's one part that I'm waiting for you to reach in the one that we're playing.
Because I don't know much. Like, I know the fucking dogs.
And I'm
wait
so
on those
glad.
goddamn things.
So glad you don't know a lot about it. Because there's
I knew the dogs. I knew Jill Sandwich. I know that Wesker's a bad guy. That's about it.
Yeah.
We're in a mansion.
Mm-hmm.
When does Mila Jovovich show up?
That's a good question.
I'm trying to remember. She wakes up naked in a shower.
Oh, yeah.
So it's probably in a bathroom.
Man, I saw that movie in theaters.
I don't know. It's not a guilty pleasure. I like it.
I
the
do
first
like,
one.
I do like the first one. I think it sets up a good atmosphere.
I want to revisit it. It's been like 20 fucking years.
It's
I
weird,
don't know.
like going into it, because like at that time I never really played much Resident Evil games, like only the second one.
Really?
So I had nothing to base it off of. I knew it wasn't going to be like the game. Like I knew that much. So I was like, was she in the original? I was like, no, she
definitely wasn't.
And so I was like, all right, this is an interesting take on it. Like it's to put it into a movie. Yeah, all right, this is for the time. I liked it. And then the whole little girl, like, you're all going to die down here.
I fucking hated that.
I don't remember that.
It's that virus, the computer virus thing or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, I do remember that.
Yeah.
The intro was cool though. How it all started.
Well,
in the lab, and everybody's getting infected through the fumes and everything. That it was a good start.
It's just bad acting.
Yeah, and then the way it ended, made me think this is the beginning to 2, because all I remember seeing was an 18-wheeler exploded, in Raccoon City. And I was like,
Yeah, because there's that whole like camera zoom out thing.
and
I remember that.
And then Leon never happened.
Dang.
But speaking of spoobins, tried a game on Switch. It's a demo. It's called True Fear Forsaken Souls Part 1.
Part 1.
Yes. So it's like so it's very generic in its theme. You're a woman looking for your sister, and creepy shit happens in this house. It's like a point and click adventure kind of game.
Cool.
Like it tries to be creepy, but it's not.
Oh.
I mean, the atmosphere is cool, but like that.
It's all just a little rote.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool to use a touchscreen for a point and click.
I was going to ask that.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Switch, that's what I'd want, right?
Mm-hmm. Like it's some of it's responsive, some of it's not. I mean, I was hooked to doing the puzzles.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wasn't feeling creepy about, like I wasn't scared about anything or whatever, but
Yeah.
it was fun. Some of it's a little like, do I really have to do this? Like there's like, if there's a panel you have to unscrew, get the screwdriver, you have to drag the screwdriver to the thing 4 times to get out each screw. I'm like,
Oh, boy.
come on, just let me
that's a lot.
just do one whole motion, just little things. But the house itself, a lot of it reminded me of the house in Resident Evil 7.
Oh.
Like
that's
it's
kinda
almost
cool.
designed.
Because I'm on Steam
similar.
right now looking, because it's also on Steam. And I'm looking at
Oh, is it?
screenshots of it, yeah.
Yeah, it shares some similar designs, like a shitty kitchen, and
Yeah.
then when you go upstairs, yeah. It was like a maybe 30-40 minute demo total. Not bad. If you just want some puzzles to solve, I think you can get that out of the way. I don't know if I'd buy it.
Yeah.
CG is PS1 worthy.
That's cool. I like a little bit of that,
Well,
though.
Like early PS2.
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah.
Like it's not bad, but
Yeah.
See, this is a
It's-
lot of
just doesn't feel refreshing.
a lot of horror games now. They'll do this. The art is too polished, if that makes sense.
Like it's got a sheen to it?
It's just got a like. Have you ever seen it before? Here,
What,
let
the
me-
game Marc's talking about?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
We
on
looked
Steam.
at screenshots the other day.
Yeah, like the thumbnail
Right.
for the game looks creepier than the rest of the game.
Yeah, because you look at the thumbnail and it's like
Like
it's
that
dark.
Grudge Ghost Girl
Yeah.
thing, that is not really in the game
But
at
then
all.
yeah, you look at the screenshots and it reminds me of those like hidden object games that are everywhere. You know what I mean?
In a way,
Oh, yeah.
in a way, it's. I mean, point and clicks are kind of like that. I feel because you have to find shit.
No, but I'm
But-
just talking
yeah,
about like
yeah.
that whole wave of like
Oh,
hidden
yeah.
object games. They all share
Mhm.
like a similar like art polish, and this is
Everything
this
has a
is, like,
nice shine to it.
Yeah, and this is kind of
Yeah.
like that. And it's like it's gonna be really hard to make a scary game like that.
Yeah,
with
like
using
the
that kinda
art's
art
not
style.
very distinctive.
Yeah,
Not too-
yeah.
Yeah.
Shit's
Um,
too bright.
Yeah, I mean it's funny because there's parts where like when the lights come on and then you can get a switch to turn them off, and she's like, "I don't think I want to turn the lights off." It's like that's fair. That's fair.
No doubt.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much.
And you just
it.
go room by room?
Yeah, the cool thing about that though, that you can in the little corner you can click on like a blueprint thing, and you can fast travel to each room. You don't have to like walk through the whole fucking house to get to one room.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then it'll let you know if there's like an exclamation point for that room. It's like, hey, you need to go to this one. There's still something here you haven't solved yet. And it's like,
That's
okay, cool, thanks. Like that's actually pretty convenient because I don't know many other games that do that with that type of fast travel.
Yeah.
Usually
no.
you just have to backtrack everything. But I mean, yeah, it's not bad. I don't know how much the game really is. I want to say it's probably like $10.
At least $10 for part 1.
Okay.
I assume most things come
Yeah,
out in,
Steam
like
was
5
around
parts.
the same price.
Yeah, I mean, if you want like a supernatural-esque theme to your puzzle-solving point and click, give it a shot.
Yeah.
It's not the worst.
Yeah.
Tried that MOBA on Switch.
Oh, yeah. Arena of Valor.
Oh,
I
is that
tried
out?
it too.
Yeah.
Oh.
I like it.
Yeah, I like it too. I don't know, like, how long its legs are for me, but I definitely like it.
I mean, yeah, it hasn't like sunken its teeth into me or anything. Like, I'm not like in.
Yeah.
But getting into matches, excuse me, and just playing around, like I like it. I like the fact that you can use the joystick to move the character, and you actually feel in control of the character. As
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
Because there's a
clicking-
disconnect with other MOBAs where...
I mean, like I'm
you're-
used to that.
Yeah.
But
I like this.
now
where I'm
that I
like-
have this option, it's like, I like
Yeah.
this. This should always be a thing.
Yeah, no, I like that. I don't know. I something's missing from it. I don't know what it is. Like there's just an element that's not there.
Navigating isn't intuitive. They because when you go to like if there's like a game options whatever.
Oh, the whole menu. Yeah.
That part, and then they show you a little sub menu, but it's like you have to keep scrolling left and right to see the rest of it. It all just doesn't expand and lay out for you.
That's not great. It feels sluggish, like getting into the menus a little bit. Yeah. Even the gameplay though, like
the gameplay isn't anything intense. Like
no.
It's very slow.
I've been like the best player on the team each time, which is not who I am.
And I don't know if I'm playing with real people or bots.
I have no idea.
I cannot tell for the
do you need that like Nintendo Online?
For this, no.
Because it's like any games that are free online, you don't need the service
it's like Fortnite or whatever.
This is free to play. You just jump in. I don't know.
Like
I like it though.
Yeah, like it's okay at best.
Yeah.
It's nothing mind blowing. It's not gonna compete with the bigger ones out there.
I think it could.
Yeah.
It just needs a little more. Like it's almost like I want it to be more like Dota, if that's not crazy. Like
because of my background with MOBAs, I just steal League of Legends like through and through.
Sure. I just want because like League has that rotating hero thing. Like Dota, you just play, right?
Yeah.
Like I want that. I want to be able to jump in. I don't have to buy the fucking characters. I'm over all that shit. You know what I mean?
That's going to be all of them.
I know.
And
not Dota though. I'll give it that.
God, where's Matt on this one, man?
He's screaming in his car right now.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we got plenty more to make Matt scream this week. But yeah, I don't know. I wish it. Part of me was like, just port fucking Dota. Like I was thinking about that. Like just do. But honestly, what it really made me, I just want to play Diablo now.
Yeah. See, that was my question. In Diablo on consoles, is it you click to move, or do you actually?
No, you just move.
That's cool.
Feels really good.
That's cool.
And I think the right stick is dodging.
Yeah, that sounds right.
That's awesome.
I haven't played it in a bit.
No. Dungeon crawlers are one of my favorite genres.
I know. I'm like, do I wait for Diablo on Switch or do I jump in on PC?
Aren't they making some big announcement at BlizzCon?
Yeah.
Next month.
Yeah.
And they're rumored that not Diablo 4, but they're doing something with Diablo 4.
That was a rumor I heard. I don't know.
Fuck, I gotta play Diablo 3.
Yeah.
I bought it like the day it came out. I just haven't played it.
You bought it on PC?
Yeah.
All right.
See, now I want to know if I can't play with you guys.
I only have it on PS4.
It's not crossplay. It's Sony. So.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, Street Fighter crossplay.
Or on PC. I don't know if it's crossplay or not. But I'm also like, do I wait and get it on Switch so I can just have that like couch game?
I want to see how it plays.
Yeah,
first.
I think.
It's gonna play like buttholes.
Well, no, because I thought they said that it was gonna be 60 frames.
It will be, but I'm sure it'll be ugly as shit.
Is it gonna be a constant?
But that's
60,
the thing.
though?
You're never up close enough to care about the textures on your character.
I know.
There's so much particle effect going on the screen.
Plus, you're playing on a small screen.
I know.
I mean, unless you're playing docked.
Yeah.
If you don't, I feel like you get it on PC if you're like gonna play hardcore, like actual hardcore mode.
Yeah.
Do your runs, like stay up until 5:30 in the morning every night, like play. That's when you get it on PC. But otherwise, if you're just gonna play it, just like fuck around with it, I get it on Switch.
I've already got it downloaded on PC.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I just don't know if I want to do it.
Your call.
I'm gonna fucking do it. I've been staring at it all week because I keep opening the fucking BattleNet to launch Overwatch, and then I'm like, Diablo's right there, baby.
I just keep forgetting about it.
Maybe we'll do it. Anyway.
I have fun with that.
Yeah. Arena of Valor, though. Arena of Valor seems pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool that there's something on Switch like this. So
I agree. When they announced it, I was like, oh, shit. This is a real-ass MOBA. And I think it's a phone game. I saw it in the App Store. Like, you can play that whole thing on your phone or your iPad.
That'd make a lot of sense.
I mean, it's 10 cents, so it's like, Arena of Valor right there on your phone.
Yep. Yeah, Slims is kind of cool.
Oh, yeah. I figured Slims would be your character. And you were fucking dead on with, I don't remember the name of the character I played as, but that
like
fucking...
Vina or something like that?
Yeah, I don't know. That fucking...
Velveeta.
Dude, Velveeta's dead.
Velveeta is.
It is. Fucking love it.
Yeah, that Bat Woman or whatever the hell she is.
Mm-hmm.
They do some badass characters in this game.
Yeah. When you go to the character model viewer and you want to like rotate and just look at everything,
Yeah.
it's like you have to wait for the whole animation to be done first.
Yeah, I'm almost curious to like install it on my phone just to see how it runs on this versus Switch.
Probably better.
Probably better.
Isn't that technically? I don't want to say more powerful than a Switch, but like nose to nose with the Switch, the 10.
I mean, maybe. Like,
It's kind of sad, isn't it?
Yeah, but that was
weird,
also
right?
how much compared to a Switch?
True. Also, the 10 has an OLED screen where the Switch has just LCD, and it's not a great LCD.
Actually, I feel like this. See, I feel like the Switch should be better, just because, like, could you imagine Breath of the Wild on your phone?
No.
Could you imagine how much draw distance, like how often it would have to keep like loading all that shit?
Let's get Shigeru on the line.
Keep having to download like update packs for it and whatever. So that's when like then you have games like Smash coming out, and it's like, how do they do that? How do you make it look that fucking pretty
on that thing?
On this console?
Yeah,
I can actually hear Matt from Renfest saying it's a port.
I'm just gonna deflect it.
I can hear it.
Miss me with that shit.
Oh my god.
But speaking of older games,
Yeah.
Ooh, I like this part.
ports, I guess.
Yeah.
Halo.
Halo, the Master Chief Collection.
Yeah, so you and I, Joe, have been
We've been grinding away, man.
Yeah, that game. Holy crap. Like, I don't remember levels taking that long.
No, we also fuck around, but those
But
are also
still,
some
like
of the fun
Legendary,
parts.
like Legendary doesn't even feel threatening anymore.
No, it really doesn't, which I was surprised by. Because I tried Legendary once in my like playthrough of Halo. Because remember, I only played Halo for the first time like a year ago,
Right.
or less than that even. So the first time I tried was when I started 2. I was like, yeah, let's do this, and I like took one step and was dead, and I was like, let's not do this. So then jumping into this Legendary, I was like, I don't know, man, but we've been doing all right. Feels pretty good.
Yeah, like this one definitely stands out from the rest of the series. You can tell. I mean, obviously it was the first one, duh.
Yeah.
So like it had its own style and vision at that time, and then just knowing what that's going to evolve into,
Yeah.
and how that gameplay changes and everything. It's like, it's so weird to see. It's between 1 and 2. It's such a drastic change.
It is, yeah. It's a big shift, and like knowing that's coming, but also appreciating this for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a lot of fun.
It's been nice switching into like the classic mode of it, like when you switch the graphics.
Oh, the graphics,
around.
yeah. That
I'm mostly playing that, but until that snow level, I needed the high res one because it's like it was too dark.
Oh yeah, the snow. Yeah. Completely like
Couldn't
pitch
see
black.
shit.
Yeah.
I
It's
think
very
it's
fun.
actually like a day and night difference too.
Because you can see like the skylight up too.
Mm-hmm.
I think what I like about playing through it this time is like one, like our strategy changes completely because we're playing together, and there's things that I'm willing to do. Also, like I just die every 2 minutes, knowing that Marc is gonna like carry us forward, and knowing that I can. So I'm like getting a little daring. I'm like, you know what? I'll run in there. I will be the.
We both had those moments.
You kind of almost need to sometimes.
Yeah, it's like give me a rocket launcher, and it's like, all right.
Well, like the fucking when we were chasing the skull, or I was like adamant about finding that goddamn skull in that last level. It was like, well, let me just. I know if I get here and I get here, I could probably steal a ghost and take off quick. Like if I do this just right, I can get up there and get a banshee. And then it was like, got the banshee. Not supposed to have the banshee at this point. I just kind of like, went for it, knowing that like Marc would take the heat and I could.
It's like, all right, if you die, I'll just be your checkpoint. It's okay.
Yeah. But yeah, it's again, like, I think I wrote about this last fall when I first got my Xbox One, but it's fun and a cool feeling having nostalgia for something I never experienced, but I'm like having flashbacks to these moments in my life that never actually happened, but I'm just like living that
This
in a
is
way.
like, what, 2002, 2003 or something?
Well, Combat Evolved would be 2001, right?
Is it 2001?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so like, because with me, it's just G4 days.
Man,
Yeah, like
Xbox Original just came out.
I can feel all of that. You know what I mean?
Mountain
Like,
Dew's at its highest.
God, like flashbacks to like magazines of Xboxes and GameCubes and like that clear division. Like I remember that it was so divisive.
That whole generation between PS2, Xbox, and GameCube.
Yep. because everyone had a PS2 because it came out first,
Mm-hmm.
and it had a DVD player which you needed to watch Road Trip, and then like that, like what are these things? What is a GameCube? Why are the discs so tiny?
Mm-hmm.
Why is it purple? What is an Xbox?
Dude, I remember people hating on that GameCube, and I was like, I'm all fucking for it.
I hated it.
I'm like,
At first, I hated it.
I'm like, tiny disc, that's awesome. It is running shit.
It was
That's like,
so. I never had
comparable.
one. Because we just got PS2 and we were like, I don't know.
my cousin neglected his, so I got his, so I never had to pay for it.
Well, I hated everything,
Yeah.
but the best part was Dreamcast games were like $5 at GameStop.
Yeah.
Electronics Boutique.
Yeah.
So I was just right. Everybody was like, dude, PS2, GTA. I'm like, dude, GTA's dope, but like, I just got Sonic Adventure 2 for $5.
And then when I saw like, and then the Melee was released,
Oh my god.
That was
the life changer.
and I was
that
like,
was a release game, wasn't it?
It came out like a month after release.
and then
So it
Yeah,
wasn't.
like
Yeah.
launch was Luigi's Mansion and
Was
and
it
like,
Super Monkey
Wave
Ball?
Race.
Wave Race was.
yeah. And then like a couple weeks later in December was Melee and Pikmin.
Yeah.
Pikmin was that early?
Yeah.
And then there was
Damn.
I remember looking at the trophies in Melee, and I was like, who's this fucking dog with a guitar? And it was like Animal Forest. It's a Japan
Oh,
only. And I was like, what the
yeah.
fuck? And I was like, this looks like my dog. I was like, this is cool.
Little
And-
would you know.
And then those live action commercials happen where it's like Real World,
Yeah.
but with Animal Crossing characters. I was like, I want this
Man.
game.
See, that's what sold
Got
me into GameCube actually, because that's when I actually started playing GameCube, because I fucking hated Melee when it came out, and then I still do.
Really?
That's the worst Smash. I think so.
What?
Yeah,
Hot
It's the worst.
takes. I
it's
mean,
the worst one. It's ugly. Shit's ugly. Play like pass.
some characters look pretty bad in that one.
Sorry, no, the N64 one's actually the worst one. I was wrong.
Yeah, no, 64 is definitely the least playable now, I feel. But compared to Brawl, I would rather play Melee. But then compare Melee to the most recent ones, I'd rather play the most recent ones.
I would rather play the most recent ones, 100%.
So like that's the order. So
Yeah.
Like Smash Wii U is probably my favorite one.
yeah.
I'm so fucking stoked for Ultimate.
Mm-hmm.
Dude.
I'm just not on that train yet.
Everyone's here.
I'm just not on that
You
train
gotta
yet.
get a Switch.
Dude, I just bought a Dreamcast game last week. It's in full circle. I'm in top bidder for a brand new Dreamcast controller right now on eBay. Like it's
Fucking
full
damn.
circle for me.
G4 days.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun. We've got 2 more missions left, I think.
Yeah. Those levels are they're long winded.
Yeah.
Like this whole part now that where we're at, because we're almost done. Like the part that we're like, I think where we stopped at,
Yeah.
I barely remember even playing.
I remember it.
And I beat
vividly.
Halo a lot as a kid. Just that part, that whole snowy part, and a little after.
Yeah.
I don't remember shit. I just remember leaving because Halo's blowing up,
Yeah.
and you got to just drive away and avoid all the flood and shit.
Everything I remember from the first playthrough of Halo of Combat Evolved was that the stuff we're in right now was hard as fuck. It was just respawn.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like we had that last level we just did
I mean, some of the flood were like sharpshooters for no reason.
with a shotgun that
Like,
they
if
were
you're-
aiming
Yeah,
sideways
like you're all
and somehow
fucking,
you're dead.
like you're just all fungus and
What's the
whatever.
flood? Is that like the alien shit?
The flood are.
It's like a type of fungus parasite that takes over all the creatures, like humans, Covenant.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's cool.
whatever.
That's kind of cool.
And they're never aiming with their gunners, like "Whoa," waving it in the air, and
Yeah.
somehow sniping you with a shotgun.
It's
50 yards away.
You never played any of them?
I played 3. Dang. That's about it. I played 1, the demo of it on PC.
Dang.
And like, but this is the first time I'm actually like listening to the story.
Yeah, me too.
Because as a kid, I just did not give a shit.
Yeah.
I was like, I just want to shoot stuff with my friends. I don't care.
I'm even like picking up on things that I did not pick up on last time, which is cool.
Yeah.
It's really good, man. I'm so stoked for 2. We're like right there.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty dope.
Yeah, that's pretty much been.
So you're playing through the single player campaign, but like co-op?
Yeah.
Mhm. Every Halo
That's
game,
cool.
to my knowledge, has allowed you to do co-op.
Like even when they came out, like on
Yeah.
Xbox.
I
Which
think
I
that's
didn't
cool.
realize either. Yeah,
I
know.
think that was one of its like driving points to sell that console was like, hey, we have this game. We just blew GoldenEye out of the fucking water, and you can enjoy all this with a friend
Right.
no matter what.
Yeah.
Besides online, because I didn't
Yeah,
have
but
it
you-
yet.
Yeah.
Kind of right, because FPS is like even GoldenEye was like
Like GoldenEye was a good
sucked.
start.
Yeah, but for
Yeah,
what it was,
hasn't-
yeah, it was
hasn't
amazing.
aged
No,
well.
the age on it, yeah.
And then Perfect Dark kind of advanced that, and then we went like right into Halo. I feel.
Yeah, I'm talking
Yeah.
in terms of in terms of aging. So I guess the only Halo kind of was like the landmark, like when shit was like,
Halo.
Oh,
yeah.
we now know how to make FPSs on console.
It kind of became like the Mario of first person shooters.
Yeah.
For the modern era, I guess, because I mean, Doom and Wolfenstein and all that shit was first, you know.
I mean,
Like-
it was, but even like Doom 64, like the controls are like very. It's not Halo.
Oh yeah, and like Turok.
You can't aim up and down. And then Turok was better than GoldenEye, but still, it was very loose.
It was very fast paced.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, it was so fast on PC, I fucking crashed it. Headshotting a lizard.
Do you think you'll ever play them?
Oh, absolutely. If they when it comes on PC, I will buy it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
This one right here.
Oh yeah, Infinite will definitely be there. I almost.
Well, I want to play like 1 and then
Mhm.
2, like
Yeah.
the single player. Like I don't care about the fucking multiplayer.
Oh, that's a whole different beast.
Yeah, multiplayer. It's great, but
When you have somebody named Thrusting whatever 420
Yeah.
trying to team kill you,
yeah.
I reported his ass after we got off.
Did you?
And I blocked him.
Yeah.
It was fucked. We were doing like big bomb mode, whatever the hell it is.
Which is stupid for him to try to
Assault.
shoot me when I'm holding the bomb because all your punches are one hit kills. So I was like, fuck off.
I mean, I get like some of the things like the. I know people will sometimes like fire a gunshot just to get your attention when you're not voice chatting.
Dude, but this was like,
no, he was.
it was constant.
Yeah.
he only went after me.
I wonder if he wanted to carry the bomb and he was pissed that you were carrying.
Even when I
know
wasn't
what.
holding it, he still went after me.
I don't know what it was.
I was like,
Son of a bee.
I was like, I have a shotgun. Just let him come at me.
yeah.
He was on the opposite team last match,
That makes sense.
so he probably had some grudges.
Cunt.
Yeah.
Ben, what you gonna do this week?
I was on STEM and I installed Let It Die.
Yes.
I clicked play game.
Yes.
Nothing.
It died?
Nothing. It died.
Fuck.
It didn't come up.
Damn it.
So I'm like, huh. Because I was on Steambox mode when it's like I'm in my living room and then
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Ethernet through the Steambox. So I'm like, maybe it's just this thing fucking up. So I restarted my computer, went to my actual computer.
Yeah.
Clicked it. Nope. Nothing. Didn't even start. It had the prompt that said now loading, whatever, and then it's just
Funny you say
nothing.
that. Because Thursday, I was like, what do I'll play a little Let It Die. And I clicked it, and then it just never loaded. And I was like, all right, whatever. I was going to go do something else anyway. So I went to go do something else. And then, like, fucking Matt was here. And he was like, you're playing Let It Die? And I was like, no. And he, like, looked on Steam and it's like, said I'm now playing. It was running for, like, 24 hours or something. So I have, like, 22 hours on record of playing it.
well, I even like alt-tabbed
Yeah,
and it didn't pop up.
I didn't have like a not responding. It was just like stuck. So I don't know what's going on.
See, but I can also hear Matt from Renfest right now saying, update your video card. But I did.
Yeah, no,
I did. And it's just, I'm gonna try tonight when I get home because I have off tomorrow. So
I just want to correct real quick. You said something, but Matt's actually at BowsatCon.
Shit, I
that
gotta
makes
go.
sense. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Let me.
Yeah,
That makes sense. Yeah, it
Well,
just
damn. I'm
and
still
really. I'm real upset.
Yeah. Well, maybe they'll patch it this week.
Yeah.
That sounds like a bad bug on their end.
I am worried. I've heard a little bit of buzz about cheat shit on that game.
Well, it's a single player game, right?
It is.
Say cheat or cheap?
Cheat
Like people downloading cheats?
for the game. Yeah.
Oh, I don't give a fuck.
Well, it is a single player game, but there's stuff. There is a multiplayer aspect. It's always asynchronous. Like it's never you literally going head to head with somebody else. But they have this thing you get like once you hit level something, Tokyo Death Metro, I think is what it is, TDM. So you jump onto the metro and you take it to another player's thing, lobby, and you can fuck up their lobby.
So it's kind of like Dark Souls,
yeah, it becomes
like invading their world or
yeah.
whatever.
It becomes a thing where you take a bunch of your fighters and you like put them up as defense in your lobby. so that if people are coming, you can defend. Because they'll take actual like kill coins or splithium, the two.
See, now is that part of, like, is it required to do that?
Once you get that level, it kind of forces it to happen.
Oh, really?
So that, yeah. Which honestly, like, the only thing that happens is you will load your game and you'll go, "What the fuck?" Because you just hear this like discordant music and like electronic shit breaking, and you're like, "Ah, damn!" And it's like, "Hey, you lost 2,000 splithium," and you're like, "Fuck, that sucks. I'm gonna go play the game." It almost doesn't matter, but there's part of you that's like, I want to get them back. Or then you're like, I don't give a shit. I don't know. No, but that's the part with the cheat stuff. So I wonder if there's weird shit happening with the PC client, because I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, it just came out, and the way things go nowadays is when something releases, especially on PC, it just doesn't work. So you just got to give it like a week or two. So
yeah.
We'll see. I'm going to try to dig back into that. Been playing The Forest.
Yeah. How's that one going?
I found out the way that game presents things to you is horrible.
Oh.
Like, I think that's one of the negative things of that game. It's kind of like Dark Souls in a way. It's like they don't really present how to play the game. You kind of have to like
just
look up the wiki.
Yeah.
Because when it was at this, there's this part because I think Marc, you say you have it, so I won't get too into it.
Oh no, I've seen my friend play it.
Okay.
So it's like, and the part where he was at, I don't know how far he was, but I'm aware of like what you fight and stuff.
Okay. Well, there's a part when you're done exploring the, because remember last week I said there's like 2 layers. You have like the caves, and then you have like the normal top half part.
Yeah.
So once you're done exploring that, like the top part, you're like, well, I really don't know where to go, because it's like the game you walk by these caves, and the to-do list, it says like, oh, explore this cave. But upon like when I read online, you have to explore them in a certain way. So it's like, why would, like, for example, you go in one cave and you can't go farther into it because you need it's called a rebreather, but it's basically like a mini scuba kit. Mm-hmm. Because you go in the cave and like half of it's underwater. So if you try to like traverse in it, you're just gonna drown.
And they're just telling you, hey, just go in here.
Yeah,
they're not telling you
there.
You might need.
Yeah, you might
need this.
You need to find this, but it's kind of just like go and like, okay. And there's like 6 different caves, so it's like I'm sitting there. I'm like, because Faith, she's a teacher, so she's constantly doing schoolwork. I'm like, I kind of don't feel like fucking playing this game right now. This is ridiculous. I don't know what to like. I don't have time to explore and figure out where to. So she was just like, because I would complain about it before, and she was like, just fucking look it up on the internet. I'm like, I don't want to do that. And she's like, I looked it up, and you're gonna want to look up on the internet. So I looked up on the internet, and then like a light bulb just like clicked. I'm like, okay, I get it. You have like, she was kind of saying look on the internet, not so much like it'll tell you where to go, but the wiki tells you so many fucking things that like I wish the game would have told you in general. Like,
but where are people getting it from to put it in the wiki?
Trial and error,
dude.
Probably.
Like there's like a not, I guess like a cult following of this game, because this game is not like a huge hit. It's not Rust. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not millions of people are playing it. So like there's these people that really dig into it, and they talk about like, I didn't know this, but there's a combining mechanic and crafting like for little items. So like I'm exploring these caves with this basic axe that you find, but meanwhile I'm supposed to explore like you can craft this spear.
Oh.
So remember I was talking last week, I was like, dude, the combat is impossible.
Right.
Once you craft the spear, it's like, oh, no biggie.
Got it.
Because you can kind of like keep your distance and like kind of like jab them.
Yeah.
Dude,
so I'm like, that would.
I'm just getting Minecraft memories. Like when I first bought that, when it was like still in beta or whatever. It's just like, I don't know what the fuck to do.
Yeah, it's just dicking
and then
around.
like you have to look up, like, oh, I can make this.
That's exactly what's going on.
I was like, oh shit,
that's exactly what's going on.
I'm in.
Because the game, like when you go in your inventory, you like it'll you can either equip an item or put it in like in the middle so you can like combine it with stuff.
Yeah.
But when you do that, that's it. But I noticed there's like a little gear wheel that appears there. The game doesn't tell you this, but what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to put your cursor over it, and it'll tell you what you can combine to craft stuff.
That's cool.
But it's like, I wish I would have known that before, because once I did that, it's like, well,
the whole
fuck,
game
I can
changes.
I could have done all this shit before.
I kind of like that, and I kind of hate that. Like, so do you have the thing that Marc had of that, like, ooh, now I want to do this?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm like fully blunt. Like, I wish
it can be overwhelming though, because I mean, at least with that, it tells you the recipes to make the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But like having to figure all that out, and then you see how many recipes there are, and it's like I don't know if I want to fucking do all
that
this.
stuff always turns me off.
It's a half and half.
Yeah, there's part of me that's like, oh wow, cool. There's a lot to this, and the other part's like, there's a lot to this.
See, well, what I like about this game is there is a lot of shit you can craft, but they keep the ingredients to a minimum. That's cool. Like 98% of the stuff you craft, it's wood. So you either get like twigs or like logs, and that's it. And then you can get like animal skin, but even then, there's only like maybe 5 or 6 different animals that you can actually hunt.
And have you died? Remind me of this. You have died.
Oh, I've died multiple times.
And it's a hard death, or it's I can't remember. Sorry.
I still don't even understand it fully. So there's like, I guess, so each day when you wake up, I guess that's like you have 2 lives, because there's been times when like I'm exploring a cave and I'm getting like hoarded from these like little like creatures or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they'll like drag me to their little ritual chamber, and they'll like hang me upside down. And I'm like next in the butcher shop. But then, like, I think that happens once a day. So, like, say if I encounter that and then I cut myself free from the ropes and then I run around, if I get caught again during that day, then it's an instant death.
And what happens with instant death?
You have to reload from the last save.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's okay.
Yeah.
I thought that's what you said last week.
But don't quote me on that. I'm not entirely sure of that, because I didn't want to dick around and, like, you know. So, after, like, finding out all this shit, you know, like I spent like a good 30 minutes just like reading up on it. And I'm like, there's so much to this fucking game. Like, I wish I would have just known. And like since then, it's just like not a breeze, but everything makes so much sense. Like the way the game plays out, the way the enemies behave, the way things turn out when you go into everything like clicked after that. And it's like, Jesus Christ! All I had to do was spend like a couple extra minutes just reading online about this. Like, it would have been.
Do you feel like you would have appreciated it still though, had you gone into it? Like,
yeah,
because now you know that it can be rough without knowing stuff. Like,
no, if I didn't read up on it, I would have stopped playing. No, because I mean,
if you had read up before playing, do you feel like it still would have had the same impact, or would it have been like?
I don't know. That's kind of a tricky call, because I think if I would have read into it beforehand, because I'm easily overwhelmed by games that do that. Like,
right, yeah, that's the sense
but
I get.
you go into it and you realize you don't have to do all of this shit. Like, there's a lot of shit you can craft. Like, like I've said last week, you can legit make like a little fortress. Like, you can create like zip lines that go in between different like fortresses that you created. It's very intense, but you don't have to do that.
Yeah, I guess
there's no reason.
I think that's the part I like, is that you don't have to. It's just if that's how you want to play it.
Yeah, because there's like that side. There's a lot of people that want to, like, they'll play online and they'll craft these bases and like knock each other out. It's like, yeah, it's cool, but this is strictly single player for me.
No, I would treat it like Rambo, just knife in the teeth, hide in mud,
a knife and blood.
Yeah, just.
So I'm digging through the story, and I'm at the last. Not even because there's no chapters. Like, the story's pretty short, which is kind of a bummer, because it's pretty cool the way things turn out.
Is it still alpha, right?
No, it's released,
but
there's still like,
that's right, yeah.
It's like, what now? Because it's been early access quotes since like 2013 or 14.
Yeah, it's been a while.
And like I would read up on it, and like people will talk about, like, in the discussion forums, be like, the only thing I can do right now is build a campfire. It's like, well, it's pretty so. Yeah. But I was reading up on it and said, oh, new content update coming up soon. It's like, well, does that mean more single player, or does that mean crafting shit?
Yeah, what's the... Because I imagine with a game like that, like, you think about Don't Starve, where it started off like it had a good bare bones, like, this is our structure. And now it's to the point where, like, fucking Don't Starve, you can play with other people, you can sail, you can do all this shit that you couldn't do from the beginning. So I wonder if it's more like... expounding on that. I don't know.
It's just, I have a feeling it's not going to be so much single player, because when, like, I read up on this wiki, there's a speed run guide, because when you beat the single player, you get something that helps you out in multiplayer, I think. Right. So a lot of people legit just speed run through the single player just to get said object or whatever.
Is the game different between single and multiplayer? Like, is it still the same map? Is it still the same
play style? I've never done it, but from what I've seen, it's the same area, the same map, same concept, except they're just other people. And I think you can decide if you want to team up with them or kill them.
Because all right, so it's maybe like kind of like Minecraft. If you do single player, you don't have to worry about playing with others, but you're still doing the same shit.
Yeah, single player, it's strictly just that. You can play it in offline mode if you wanted to. There's no reason to go online in single player, which I like because I don't want to do the multiplayer stuff. I'm already hoarded with
the game
all these
reminds
other fucking
me
games.
of the Descent.
That sounds familiar.
I get some vibes. A couple girls went out to the mountains to go cave exploring.
Yeah,
there's weird creatures all in there. Yeah. That's what that reminds me of.
See, because I encountered, I think Matt hinted there's like going to be another monster.
There's a couple.
I've only seen 2.
See, I only know of like the generic one, I guess.
Which one?
The people or whatever.
Oh no, I'm talking like legit like
cannibals or
like
whatever.
thing level monsters.
Yeah, no, we
you
were looking
encounter.
at some shit on that wiki last week.
I never looked it up.
Oh, dude, it's dope. Some spooking shit.
See but it seems like the Virginia monster. I found out a really easy way to kill it is just go in water.
Oh yeah, I got it.
Because I guess the way the code is set up, it constantly chases you, but they didn't code for Virginia to not even swim, just to not go in water.
Oh.
Because what'll happen is it'll go in the water and it'll drown.
Oh.
And it's like, well, there's that. Guess there's one right. But there's other times when like I encounter the next monster, which I don't even know his name, but I'm gonna call him Arms.
Oh,
all right.
Shit.
Because it's like, so remember how I said Virginia? It's like the upper level, it's just like human body. And then the lower level, it's just like spider level legs.
Yeah.
Think of reverse. So the lower half, it's just
a dude
normal
fucking walking
legs,
around.
but then the top half, it's just like a bunch of like arms.
Ugh.
Yeah,
like a tree person.
Yeah.
All right.
And he's brutal. It took me quite a bit
you
to
got fucking
kill him.
Machamp chasing you.
Yeah. It's a better name for it. Yeah. But yeah, I'm probably gonna beat that tonight because when I'm looking up the guide of where to go and stuff, I'm like legit at the last part, which I'm kind of bummed out about. But
well, so what do you do after that? Are you done? Or are you
I'm
gonna
done
like,
after that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's the single player. I'm not gonna do the crafting shit.
Yeah.
So
not the multi. You're like no interest in the multiplayer.
I really, really don't, because there's so many other games I want to squeeze in before Halloween.
Yeah.
That I want to play. Like I bought that. Remember I mentioned in the chat that like obscure survival horror Dreamcast game. I bought that for like $20. So I want to play that before Halloween. I have my Dreamcast set up and everything.
Ready to roll.
Yeah, ready to roll. But yeah, so other than that, just nothing really. I mean, I still got Resident Evil 7. I gotta pick that up again too before Halloween. So yeah, that's me.
Nice. I played a little more Overwatch. I feel really confident with Sombra. Now it's to a point where I'm like,
which one's that?
Sombra's the hacker.
Oh, okay.
She's a DPS character. But I've got it to a rhythm. Like I know exactly. I'm like learning the maps now, so I'll get close to whatever objective it is. I throw my teleporter near health. I go stealth. I move in, wait for my team to be there, like just to get ready and ride the wave. And then I hack their healer, and then I open fire. When I'm low on health, I teleport back to the health and just rinse and repeat. I just do that over and over again. And I feel good about that strategy to the point where like, I'm like, all right, I'm ready to jump into other characters. And usually like what it'll do, it'll pop up on the screen and say like, hey, your team has no healer or only one tank. So I'll jump in if I see those things. Up until this week, I was not confident I would jump in as D.Va. And I think I probably spent about as much time playing D.Va as I did Sombra this week. Then yesterday, it popped up and we had no healer. And I was like, I'm feeling confident. Let's see what this is all about. So I jumped in as Moira. And dude, support class is dope. I can understand, right? It's totally antithetical to everything I know about playing a first-person shooter. So you jumping in as that rollerblading dude.
Oh, even outside of like Overwatch, I've always loved support characters.
I've never played a support character. I've hated it.
They sound boring and lame.
Yeah.
But then you play and it's like, oh, it's kind of like the bass guitar. It's not really much to it, but it's the backbone. You know what I mean?
Without it, it wouldn't. Yeah.
I'd rather play bass than be a support character.
I like it a lot. I can't do it for long stretches. Like, it's definitely something where I will jump in here and jump in there.
Yeah.
Moira, at least, I don't know how they all work in this, but Moira, your left click is heal and your right click is drain. So depending on what you're up against, you're healing your teammates or you're draining from your enemy, which is in turn healing you.
Yeah,
she's kind of vampiric in that way. The neat thing or the bad thing about playing a support or a healer character is like, I still want to be on the offense, and it's not that kind of game. Like, the only time I should be draining is when, like, shit's gone bad. But I'm like, all right, I'm going to be the first one in the front of the wave. I'm like, no, you need to, like, fall back. And I'm, like, slowly learning that, which is cool. But it's that I'm not used to it. So you kind of have to, like, I had that realization of, like, nope, I got to play this game differently. But it let me, like, reset myself and walk into the next round, like, clear-headed and different, and feels good.
Try what they call it pharmacy, where you're Mercy,
okay,
and you're with Farah, and you're just constantly in the air, just
that's cool.
And just shooting with missiles. And
I'm surprised you're still chugging along with Overwatch. Last week it sounded like you weren't really too stoked about it, right? Am I wrong?
No, I was feeling good about it. I just wasn't like I like just started last week.
Okay.
I was really like I was jumping into it just because of the fucking Halloween event, which is happening this week, tomorrow. So yeah, I feel good about it.
Oh, all right.
I feel pretty good.
Maybe I thought wrong.
Then we've got a little game came out Friday, Super Mario Party. Did you guys play this yet?
No.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Big surprise here. It's Mario Party.
See, compared to how 10 was?
So, and literally my note says, when directly compared to Mario Party 10, the game has been streamlined. Yes, it's Mario Party. But they took, much like how like Switch looked at Wii U and said, there's some good stuff here, but we really got to streamline this. We need to, like I look at the Switch and I think versatility. Like that's the word I put with that. And they took the same approach to Mario Party this time around. For the first entry on Switch, it was like, we're making a Mario Party game. Let's take into consideration all the things that can bog you down and whatever. Like it's still Mario Party. You still got to play the board game. You still got all that. But there's so much stuff. Like at the beginning, it's just like, have you played this before? And you're like, yep. It's like, cool, go, have fun. Done. There's no fucking preamble. There's not Toad, casting a spell on you. It's just go. They give you a pad, which I like to assume is the Wii U gamepad. And you can literally, instead of walking, you can walk your whole little party of characters through the lobby. And it's almost like a Nintendo Land where you're going up and you're exploring different TV screens to choose which thing you're doing, whether you're just doing mini games or music games or whatever. Or you just press X, choose from the game menu what you want to play, and you're in. Easy. Everything is streamlined in that way. I like that a whole lot. There's characters to unlock. There's new boards to unlock. And then mini games, you unlock those as you go as well. There's amiibo support, but I haven't tried it yet. I'm curious to see what that is. I didn't really look into what it does. I don't know if it gives you... I think it gives you dice blocks, if I'm not mistaken. That's what it did in the last one. But like, yeah, Mario Party 10 had this whole weird, like, Bowser mode and stuff that just, like, slowed the game down. It didn't feel good, necessarily. I like this one a lot, It's Mario Party. So if you hate Mario Party, you're not going to like this game. But if you like Mario Party and you've been a little, like... looking for them to I'm not going to say return to its roots because it doesn't go all the way back there. It's definitely,
but it brought back the board game mode.
It did bring back the board game mode.
I just like their advertising that. I'm like, yeah, it's come on.
Well, because the last one was like really weird. It was really weird. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I like it. I played a round alone. I played one at Friday Night Pizza Party, and Katie and I did a couple mini games. After Friday Night Pizza Party was over. It's fun. It's fun Mario Party. The couple of the things to keep in mind, it is not a game that can be played in handheld mode. So the first time I tried to play it was like 12:03 Friday morning when it unlocked on Switch, and I was already in bed, and I was excited just to be like in bed and let me play a couple things. It uses the Joy-Con as its sole controller. So you use a single Joy-Con. And because of that, when I'm laying in bed, I had to like prop the Switch up on my crotch in the, blankets pushed up and use a fucking Joy-Con because it is that. So keep that in mind. It's either going to be played tabletop mode or on a dock mode. It's Mario Party. But good.
Were you able to try? Do you need another person with the game to do the dual Switch stuff?
I haven't tried, but when you set up the game, like as soon as you jump in, it just says how many people are playing and how many Switches are you using, which is kind of cool. So I don't know. Do you have your Switch with you?
No.
Okay. I was gonna say we could try it after this, but yeah, it's again Mario Party. But if you like Mario Party, this is a really good one. I think so. I mean, I'm real early in, but
yeah, I've always been like indifferent.
They are what they are, right? Yeah. But for it being what it is,
it was a good time for it to come out now because with Pokemon and Smash coming, that game's going to be forgotten.
Yeah, I agree. It's really good. I don't know. There's not a whole lot to say. I'm curious to see like what I unlock as you go along. I know there's more boards to unlock. It's kind of bummed. So there's 4 boards you can choose from, or 3 you can choose from at the start, and there's a 4th one that's just question marked out. I assumed you would get the 4th, and then that would be it. I did see like someone on Reset Era just had a fucking thread that said Super Mario Party has blank boards. And I'm not going to say the number because I was just like, well, fuck. Like, I assumed there were 4. Thankfully, there are more than 4, but I didn't want to know a definitive end to it. So,
5.
I mean, I can say it if you think. I don't know. It ruined it for me, so I don't want to ruin it for somebody else.
I don't.
It wouldn't ruin it.
Fuck.
All right, it was 8, right? But there's 8 boards, but you get 3 from the start, and you know there's more to unlock. But it was still like a little bit for me. I saw it, and I was like, oh, I kind of want to discover that on my own. Like, I don't know. Sorry if I just ruined that for you guys out there, but
so how many? I already know this answer, but how many mini games are in this one?
I don't know.
So
I know that
answer.
How many?
There's 80 new ones. I don't know if they brought in classic ones or not.
I'm unsure.
But I know they were advertising the shit out of it. They're like, there's 80 new games or something.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people were...
that's still pretty good.
Were like, I think that's awesome. Like, because a lot of people were saying, well, the one on DS that had 100-something. It's like, okay.
But like brand new?
I don't know. Because they were like, they were saying basically saying 80's not enough. I'm like, I think that's enough. 80 fucking little mini games.
They're probably the same people where it's like, we don't have enough characters in Smash right now.
But everybody's here.
Everybody is here, man. But yeah, it is Mario Party. We should have a video of that up on the site this week, hopefully. But I also played a lot of Forza Horizon 4. I really like that game.
I keep wanting to hear you say Zero Dawn.
Forza Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah.
I've been playing a lot of Forza Horizon Zero Dawn.
Cool.
No, I really, really, really like this game. Remember I bought that dumbass Need for Speed game because I just wanted...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. This is, I think, what I actually wanted. Legit.
I have it installed. I just haven't booted it up yet.
What's your history with racing games? Like, what's your... What's your jam?
The more fictional, the better.
Okay.
So, I think Mario Kart Super Nintendo was my first.
All right.
If we're gonna date that far back.
No, yeah. I mean, that's like if you're sitting down, if someone said to you, "Hey, man, you can only play racing games," what are the ones that
I like? Shit like Extreme G, F-Zero,
okay,
Kinetica.
I
mean, not necessarily Kinetica, but like just those type of
racing
games.
I'm gonna go Gran Turismo.
Okay, all right,
100%.
That's probably the
Gran
series that like I've never like fucked with.
Really?
Ben, you would have a better time with this. I'm not saying you're gonna have a bad time with this, but it's not those.
Yeah, and I also like the cruising games.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, more arcadey style.
Yeah,
so that's the cool thing about the Horizon series is, in comparison with Motorsport or Gran Turismo, it is a little bit more. It's not as like simmy.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm playing this the way I want to play it, which is I don't let go of the gas pedal. It still has the like driving line where as you're approaching a curve, you should slow down and whatever. There's some races where that's going to be fine. There's other races where I'm just going to slam into whatever cars are slowing down to use them to make my turn. And it's still okay to do that.
I think I tried Need for Speed Online once.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, I know what kind of game like Forza is.
Yeah.
It's I have some interest. You know, like I think it's something I could enjoy for a little bit, but I don't know. I don't know for how long.
Yeah. So, a couple things about Forza Horizon 4, because there's some changes that happened this time around. So this is from Playground Games, the studio recently acquired by Microsoft. Playing this game makes me totally understand why there's been reports that that company is making an open world RPG or potentially rebooting Fable. It makes so much sense, and I feel like they're doing a lot of great stuff. This game is an RPG. You just happen to be driving cars. You're leveling
that's
up.
what Gran Turismo was, basically.
Right. You're leveling up your character. You're leveling up each car that you earn, and along the way, you're unlocking all this stuff. You also level up.
I don't know you actually leveled up.
You level up so much. So you level up your character. You level up each car. You level up the types of races that you're doing. So there's like cross-country style races. And once you hit different levels in the it allows you to do different series. Like the one I'm furthest along in, I think, is like the dirt racing series. And it says like, hey, you get a fucking phone call or something from some dude, and he's like, hey, you're almost at the next level of this. You really should get to the next level of this because I'm going to have the biggest, craziest dirt racing race you've ever seen or whatever.
It's like rally stuff when you say dirt racing.
Yeah. It's really dope. And as you're playing, like, the higher you level up, the more different types of races you unlock. Like, I didn't get cross-country races until I hit level 10 or whatever it was. I'm level 20 now, and there's stuff that, like, you don't unlock until level 40 that I've heard about. There's always something to kind of work toward in terms of types of races or cars that you're getting or even cosmetic shit that doesn't matter. Like, I'm unlocking new pants and shoes for my fucking character that it's just a silent protagonist kind of thing.
That's cool, though, because most racing games don't really care about the driver.
Yeah, this one, and, like, I've played a little bit of... I played some of Forza Horizon 2 a few months back because it hit, I think, Games with Gold or something. Played demos of other ones, and like they don't really put an emphasis. This one like is the first one that really lets you like choose what your character looks like. They're all preset, but they have kind of a wide variety of like, I mean, like everything between gender, skin tone, all these different things that like play into it. So you can really, I feel like, find a good like facsimile to yourself or who you want to be.
Right.
There's what I love the way that it kind of doles everything out gradually. There's not this big like dump of events that you feel like you're just like completing a checklist. There's an element of that, right? Because it is an RPG and you're getting quests, so to speak, right? You're getting those different race types. You're looking at the map and you're like, whoa, I got a couple of these to fill out. But there's not this big just like dump and that's it. Like I'm continuing to unlock new types of things and it's introducing things at a rapid enough clip it's making me want to keep playing, but not too rapid where I feel overwhelmed. There's the game difficulty too. So the difficulty will increase as you get better, but the way it does it, it's not like just automatic or whatever. It says, hey, you're kind of completing these races with ease. You should probably bump up the difficulty. And it like kind of knows when you're exceeding well, and it's a good like reminder that you're like, oh shit, I am getting good at this game. I have the last few races I've had no trouble getting first place, so you bump it up by like 5%, and you have a tougher time, like now I'm like, and what's really cool is like I stepped away from it for like a day or so after having bumped it up, and I came back and I was just like, oh, I'm getting my ass kicked, like I'm not doing well at all. So I just bumped the difficulty back down, jump back, and then it's like, hey, you're doing good. You know what I mean? Like you can kind of just like tweak it as you go, meet it where you need to be met.
That's pretty cool.
Additionally, like if you're not doing well in a certain event, not only can you turn down the Drivatar difficulty, you can also change.
Wait, Drivatar?
Drivatar. So
the fuck is that?
A Drivatar is an AI-controlled character that is built on your friend's playing habits. So if
that's pretty cool.
Right. If we all have the game, it's going to populate a thing based on how you play your game. Now, because many of the people, like as I'm playing, I see like people I know and people I've never met before as the names above the cars, and it's neat. But you also know which ones have played the game because it has a separate icon. So some of it is just like throwing someone in. It's just a random AI character. Other ones it is pulling. Like I follow Phil Spencer from Xbox on Xbox. So Phil Spencer's in my game, and how he actually plays his game is now influencing how I'm playing mine, right? Like that's kind of a cool thing. So like I assume as you jump into it, Mark, if you do, it'll populate with like how I drive. So you'll just see some fucking idiot slamming into walls.
I was about to say you're gonna see me swerving all over the place.
It's and it's not like a 1-to-1, right? It just like picks up on how you take turns and which cars you drive, those types of things, and incorporates that. But so you can turn down the drive-atar difficulty. You can also choose in an event whether or not you want to do it solo, co-op, or open online. Like just the event itself is nothing but online. And then you can customize it too. So like there's been times where it's asked me to do like a cross-country thing or a street race, and I've had the wrong car. And I realized that in the middle of the race. This car is not good for this. So you just leave the race, grab a different car, and it actually changes the event. So instead of it, and when I say like, you know, oh, I should have had my Honda instead of my Subaru, I don't even mean that. I mean like, oh, you know what? I kind of want to make this an off-road Jeep race instead of a Ford Escort. So I choose Jeep, and then it changes what the event actually is. So now it's a Jeep thing. It's a whole, I didn't mean to do that.
Oh, wow.
I did not mean to do that. Ugh.
I haven't realized what happened.
Because there's fucking people with Jeeps it's a
There's
Jeep
the
thing
there's
on
the
there.
podcast name. There's the episode name. It's
no.
a Jeep thing.
No.
There it is. There it is. Next week we're gonna roll up and Joe's got a new Jeep in the driveway.
Ugh. But so if I decide like I want it to be a Jeep race, then I choose Jeep, and then the event itself actually changes.
Okay.
Right? So there's some things where it's locked in. Like
so like the events adapt to your car, not the other way around.
Correct. No, there's some like, and if you jump into it, like there might be a one where it's like, no, you need to have an off-road rally car for this. Like, all right, cool, I'll jump into the Subaru. But there's other ones where it's like, if you just feel like completing this event and you're really because there's been a few where like I really like this WRX that I have, and I've put a lot of like money into it and tuning it up and whatever and upgrading it and shit. So with that, I'm like, no, I like this. I like the way it drives. I like the way it handles. I'm gonna stick with this. So I go to an event and I'm like, nope, this is a Subaru event now. Thank you. And then it is a Subaru event.
That's pretty neat.
I like it. There's exceptions, right? There's ones where it's like, hey, this is a beach race and you have to drive this dune buggy thing. Got it. There's also a Halo event, which is really cool.
It's a Rocky race.
It's literally you fucking get a warthog and
that's cool.
Yeah. And it's got the fucking Halo. It's got the VO in your head is Cortana. There's Covenant ships flying around. It's like a whole. It's really it's neat. It's neat. Then there's seasons, right? So that's the big thing in this game that they kind of showed off earlier this year is there's seasons. The prologue to the game, which is healthy in terms of like content, pretty in depth. In the prologue, you get to play through each season. You're doing certain events to qualify for the next season's event or whatever. You get all that by earning your in-game XP, which is influence, right? It's got like a little podcast logo, and it's influence.
That's cute.
Yeah. So you gain influence, then you unlock these things, these new. You change the seasons in the prologue, and again, you get like a feel for how each season is going to play. Because once you get through all the seasons and you qualify for the Horizon roster, that's what they call it. Like you're a part of the Horizon event. Once you qualify, that's when the game actually opens up. Right, so I finally hit that point where I qualified for the roster of Horizon. Now the game opens up. I've got real ass dudes driving through my game, and they slowly like add that in too, where it's not just drivatars; it's actually real players in the game, and you can always opt in or out of that as well. But once you qualify for it, now like I'm in it. I'm in the game. There's a couple days left of the fall season because each week, real time week, it's going to change seasons. So right now we're in fall as we speak, but in a couple of days it's going to switch over to winter. There's going to be some
cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
There's going to be some events that transcend that are just there because they're there because I've unlocked them. There's some stuff where I see it now and it says like, hey, this event, you've only got a couple days left and you won't be able to do it for like a month, right? Like it's going to go away because it's going to change seasons. It's cool though, man.
Is there a narrative?
Yeah. So you are a character. I don't remember. The one neat thing is like I don't know where it got my name from, but it knew my name. I don't know what because I never entered it. I guess it pulled it from my Microsoft account,
Maybe,
or the name of my Xbox. I don't know. But the announcer's just like, "Hey Joe, what's up?" Blah blah blah, whatever. You can change that too if you want to be called fucking whatever. You can be called fucking whatever. And yeah, you're trying to. The initial thing is like you want to get to Horizon. Horizon's the big annual festival that happens every summer.
Okay.
That's the idea behind the Horizon series of games. Is it's this big car racing festival. So you're trying to qualify for it. So that whole prologue piece I talked about is you qualifying for each seasonal event so that you eventually get invited to the roster. But then there's all these side missions, right? Like there's a street racing dude and he's like, "Hey man, you want to fucking race?" And he like coordinates all these races.
You want to fucking race, dude?
These aren't necessarily sanctioned, but you know, you won't tell, I won't tell, that kind of shit. You've got
typical Manu.
Yeah. You've got, there is a narrative of some type. There's a stunt racing side quest thing that you are doing these weird stunt races and you're getting rewards. Like the first reward I got was a house. It's kind of cool.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, there's a thing where like you're slowly becoming the best racer or whatever. You know what I mean? It's nothing that I'm like.
Can you get out of your car?
You can't just like hit Y to get out.
Okay.
But there are moments where you see your character in cutscenes and stuff. And at the end of before and after each race, you'll see your character getting in and out of the car, and that's where things like emotes come into play or clothing options. Because as you level up, you're also unlocking wheel spins, which
okay,
go ahead, you can say it. Loot boxes.
Oh.
That type of wheel spin.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm like car tire is what I'm thinking.
I mean,
they play into that. But yes, as you level up, you unlock a wheel spin. So you spin the wheel, and you get to watch everything you want whiz right by you, and the things slowly tick down until you get. So it's cool, right? Like
you get the thing you don't want.
You get either in-game currency, clothing items. You get cars, which is cool. Emotes. So those are real dumb.
Can you dab?
I haven't seen it yet, but if you can't dab, I'll be surprised. But those happen like you do a victory thing, so it cuts to your character winning the race, and you're doing you're doing the fucking worm or whatever.
Yeah, that's fucking dope. The worm's dope.
But yeah, so I unlocked. I got my first. I started getting cars. Like the first round of unlocks I was doing, the first 15 levels or so, it was nothing but like clothes or emotes or a car horn sound, the shit that I didn't really care. It was fine, but like whatever. Or credits, which credits are nice because you can end up spending them and buying cars or upgrading a car, buy a house. I started, you can dab.
There you go.
Well, now I got something to work toward, right?
What do you buy a house for? Like a garage?
Yeah, you go there for the garage. I'm sure there's an achievement to own all the houses.
That's
whatever.
cute.
But it's kind of cool. Like you're driving around, you just like pop into this neighborhood, and it's like, oh, I have a house here. I don't know. Each house gives you different bonuses too. Like one of them unlocked a drone ability where I can fly a drone to like view the map from a different view. Stuff like that. Like you get little perks from owning houses. Is there a flossing one too? Nice.
Yep.
All right. Well,
yep.
Marc's playing the game. And I guess Matt's playing the game too.
I guess Matt bought an Xbox.
Yep. But yeah, the unlocking cars feels good, right? Because you're like ticking through and you're like, don't give me another fucking horn. I don't want another horn. And they even make a joke about it. They're like, man, we shouldn't have put horns in here, huh? But when you unlock a car, you're like, oh, I unlocked a car. Cool. You know, I've got some really dope cars out of that. Yeah, I don't know. It's cool. I really like it. I think the seasons too, so they kind of take you somewhere else. I like felt immediate anger when it switched to spring, and I was like, oh, it's fucking swampy and rainy. Ugh. But then like when it went to winter, I was like, this is fucking dope. Like just snow everywhere, and I got like weirdly nostalgic for like driving to my grandmother's house in the snow, even though this game takes place in Britain. But I'm just like, I feel like driving some of these roads, I was like having, you know what I mean? Like,
I don't know how you would get nostalgia while driving in snow. Driving in snow is fucking horrible.
No, but like there's moments where you're just not snow, right? Like the road's clear, but the surrounding areas are all snow.
I just hate snow.
It looked pretty is all. You know,
It's nice.
There's a sereneness to it.
It's nice.
It's good. I made my dad's car. My dad had an old, like when I was growing up, my dad's
That's
always
cool.
like had different car racing has been a part of his life. And in turn, like I never attached myself to it the way that, you know, he has or his dad did. But I've been exposed to that world enough. So I was able to make his car like down to the fucking, like everything. Like,
Oh, nice.
pretty neat. You can get as weird as you want or keep it as simple as you'd like with car tuning, upgrades, all that stuff. Like under the hood, cosmetics, like whatever. You can go all in. You can just whatever. If you want to write fucking Gwar on the side of a Dodge Ram, you go for it.
Hell yeah, man.
You want to draw a dick and put it on the hood of your fucking Honda Civic, you can do that too. It's got a pretty dope soundtrack as well.
Oh yeah.
I really like the Pulse radio station. That's the jam. That's like all the kind of, I don't know, not pop, but maybe, I don't know. It's got churches on there. It's got a bunch of other shit I keep adding to my fucking library on Apple Music.
I forgot about churches.
Dude. And then Play Anywhere. So I like Play Anywhere a lot, conceptually, of course, because I understand why consoles will never die, because I fucking can't open that game without it telling me to update my drivers. So I update my drivers, and then it still says, hey, you're out of date. Like, I don't know what to fucking do. Also, I've had a weird thing with this game in particular where I will get it to work. I'll do a race. I'll do a couple races. It'll be fine on PC. And then I'll close it, whatever. I come back a different day, and it just crashes every time I try and open the menu. I don't know what's going on. I'm not sure. Because I did an update, and I wonder if the update changed my defaults. I have no idea, but I haven't fucked with it in a couple days. But I do like the idea, right? Like, I felt like sitting in my office in front of my computer, so I did, and I opened up Forza, and I was playing it where I left off on my Xbox. Achievements. I mean, I love that sense of seamlessness between the two. It's really, really cool. It's definitely one of those things I'm considering as we start thinking about next generation of consoles, like where I'm going to align myself or what I'm not, there's no alignment anymore. I feel like,
Yeah.
I'm a big boy. I don't need to fucking put my foot down and start pissing on somebody because they have a different controller than I do. But there's that thing where it's like day one, if both of these consoles come out within a month of each other and I got to figure out where to spend my money, like these are the types of things. And the fact that I've been playing Forza and having so much fun and I didn't buy it. And I don't have to buy it, right? I have Game Pass I'm subscribed to. So I just have this game because I'm a Game Pass subscriber, which is so fucking cool. Really cool.
I feel like it's going to be that's the not inevitable future. It's just how it's Netflix.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a model. I don't know if it's the model.
Like in a few years, it's going to be like, why did we ever buy games? Like now it's like, why would you ever buy a movie now?
Yeah. I mean,
you know what I mean?
There's going to be that moment when you have no internet. What do you do?
Well, that's the thing about Game Pass that's cool. With Game Pass, you're downloading the games to your console. So even if you're offline, you can still play them.
I'm saying like the whole, you have the whole catalog.
When you don't have that service anymore, what do you do?
Yeah, arcade, man.
But yeah, Forza's really, really good. I love that game. And now that I'm like in the game, like I'm through the prologue, now like things are opening up and I'm doing some cool shit.
That's like, because I mean, come from a more arcade background.
Yeah.
Like those type of games, like every time I eat there, I'm just like fucking snore. Like, yep, it's cars. Yep.
Right.
But this one, for some reason, happens to stand out a little more than the other ones. It seems like there's...
Why do you think it is for you? I'm just curious.
The way they present it, it doesn't feel just like a generic car game. It seems like they have more fleshed out to it. Even before you broke it down, I could tell that they there's more to it than what it seems. because they work from GameStop and just selling all these different,
Yeah.
Gran Turismo, the Need for Speeds, whatever. And it's just like, I have a good feel of what each game kind of is. But Forza, for some reason, there's a certain feel to it. And I can't exactly put my finger on it. I mean, you've probably hit all the notes already. But yeah, I don't know. It seems more interesting than the rest to me.
Yeah, I think it is. Like, I don't know. I haven't played a Gran Turismo since 5 or 6. I didn't play the one on PS4.
It makes it seem like everything is very streamlined and intuitive together. I don't know. Like, this just something. Everything just seems to work with each other very well.
I think it does. I love that. I mean, to go back to like the Mario Party thing. Like, it's seamless, right? It's just like this is the way it should be, so therefore it is. Like, yes, it's a racing game, but it strips out a lot of the bullshit that you get with racing games sometimes.
It's pretty neat.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a bunch. I'm gonna keep playing it. That's everything I got, game wise. I think so. Yeah. Why don't we take a break? And we'll come back and do some news. We got a little bit of news this week. Cool. We'll be right back. We are back with the news.
Not nudes.
Nope.
All right.
Wait. News. News.
That's what he said.
Hey, Google announced Project Stream, a new streaming service allowing you to stream games in Google Chrome. So in a blog post, Google said, "We've been working on Project Stream, a technical test to solve some of the biggest challenges of streaming. For this test, we're going to push the limits with one of the most demanding applications for streaming, a blockbuster video game. Those accepted into the beta test will be able to play Assassin's Creed Odyssey in their browsers on a laptop or desktop starting Friday," Google said. Is that Friday? That's yesterday. Or the other, whatever. I don't know what today is. This past Friday. So apparently it's already happened.
Is it PC games only?
This seems like it's the only test so far.
Wait, I'm confused. So, streaming.
Like, hook your controller up to your computer?
Okay, because like when
Go to
someone says, "Hey, I'm a
Assassin'sCreed.com.
streamer,"
No, they mean like playing a
so
game
you've been playing it. Okay.
through your browser that's not
Mhm.
actually local.
So you don't need like a.
Kind of like we were just talking about before the break with...
Does it still use your specs?
I don't think it does because it's going to be cloud computing.
Right.
So this, like, all right, I don't know how this turned out or how it will work or whatever,
They just want people to use Chrome again.
but...
Which is not happening. Fuck Chrome, dude. I hate Chrome.
But I'm happy that someone's taking those steps. We're getting there. Xbox talked about this
I'm
with...
surprised we haven't already, if anything.
I think it's just hard to do, right? Like, even like something dumb happens and your Netflix stream buffers for a second. Like, those types of things.
Isn't that what PlayStation Now is?
It is. But like PlayStation Now, you still also need a PS4 to be able to...
Sure.
Well, no. You could do it on PS3 or you could do it on Vita now that I think about it. But I think that's the idea, right? Like, think about a world where I can pull my phone out and keep playing Forza while I'm on lunch break at work. All I got to do is just pair a controller to it and download an app. Because all the computing doesn't happen on the phone. It's happening external. Like,
Yeah, but then you have connections. You have
that's
speed.
the thing. Like, we need to like change how broadband infrastructure works in this country, and we need to figure that shit out.
I mean,
The cable companies need to stop.
that's because that's gonna be a long battle with that.
It could be solved, I think.
No, it could be solved in a heartbeat, but
But you
just
have
the way
fucking lobbyists and there's a lot
the
of
way
politics
that's
that go
going
into that.
here. I mean, you could always go to Korea because they have the best connection in the world.
But look, it's starting. So I think what's going to happen with this, right? This is just me being dumb. I think stuff like this starts to happen. We hit that wall where it's like companies want to be able to do stuff, but infrastructure holding it back. So you have all these companies starting to push.
I mean, yeah,
change
like,
forward.
Even Switch is doing like cloud gaming,
right?
And it's not doing well, but
it's starting
still early.
Like,
yeah, you got to start somewhere.
I don't know if I'm the biggest fan of it though.
If it works, I don't give a shit how my games happen. You know what I mean? Like,
that's
if it means that
I feel like it's never gonna quite get it.
Well, it won't in our current thing, which is why I think these things happening is gonna start those changes.
Like, see, because you're always gonna get lag spikes.
You're saying have fun playing fighting games.
Yeah. Oh my God, no! Even right now, it's already an issue with online. Like, I think actually, it's funny you brought that up. I think technically, Killer Instinct is one of the, in terms of netcode, it's like top tier.
That makes sense.
I mean, and when it's compared to like Street Fighter V, it's like
Microsoft first party, sure.
Yeah, it's like well, you play with 5 other people online, which sucks. Killer Instinct is awesome.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Remember On Live? Is that what it was called?
Yeah.
On Live.
Because I remember, what was that? E3. Jesus, it may have been like 10 or so years ago. But there was an E3 when they were showcasing, maybe it wasn't Crysis. It was some other high budget game at the time, but they were playing it on like an old like Windows PC.
Yeah, because of fun. Yeah.
And they were showing that it ran at like max speed, max frames or whatever, because it was doing just that.
I'm excited to see where this stuff goes. That was kind of what, I don't remember how much was confirmed, how much was speculation, but
I think the only downfall is that the whole licensing thing, and that they'll always have access to it. It'll always be a standard price, or they can just take it off the fucking servers wherever they want. You can't go to like smaller conventions or flea markets to buy a game for like $2 and have it forever.
See, that part,
that's the part that always sucks about it.
Yeah, it's
But I mean, then again, a lot of people ramp up the prices for older games anyway. But I would say, kind of like what you said, Mark, what if,
I mean, it's a server thing, basically.
Yeah.
So like the longevity is always a gamble.
But what if the power goes out and your whole games library is on this web streaming
Guess
thing?
You gotta play checkers.
We're going to do fucking play Monopoly? Ew, board games? Gross.
It's always Uno.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding, by the way. Board games are dope.
Well,
It's just a fucking joke, people. Calm down. It's better than Melee.
in an ongoing change happening to Steam, Valve removed 179 Steam games.
I'm ready to leave. I'm going home. Right. This actually triggers me. This 100% triggers me.
Games. Here's some titles of some of the games recently banned.
All my favorites.
69. MILF. Hentai. Hentai Exposed. Hentai Sisters.
Fucking hurts.
31 different games with some variation on the title Achievement Hunter. So Valve...
Sounds like Rooster Teeth got pretty mad.
Oh, really?
Achievement Hunters.
I get it. The statement is that the new era of Steam, Valve will allow any game on the service as long as it's not illegal or straight up trolling. So I guess these may fall under the straight up trolling. I don't know. Why are you so upset about it? Because I maybe have a counter.
I'm not upset the fact that Hentai Sisters got dinged.
Right.
I'm not ever going to fucking play Hentai Sisters. It's the fact, like, I don't know, maybe I am the asshole thinking this, like when I was reading about it on Reddit, and everybody seemed to have, it's like one of those situations when everybody had like a completely different view than I did. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't see the harm of having these kind of games on Steam. Because everybody's like, well, it clogs the market and it prevents me from finding stuff I want to find. I'm like, when is it? I'm trying to figure out when that has ever happened to me. When have I ever, like, that game you were talking about earlier, Mark, when I was looking up on Steam, True Fear, whatever it was called, because it has games recommended, and it was like other horror-based games. None of them was Hentai 69.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Dick sucking simulator. It's like no.
When
does that ever happen?
I mean, in regardless of the game, people can still tag it wherever they want to fucking tag
Exactly.
it.
Right.
Tag it as hentai.
I don't think I've definitely never gone to look for something and been bombarded with shit that I don't care about. But the one side of it, and even cleaning this shit up, I don't think is going to change this problem of just the sheer amount of releases that published every day. There's that part of it where like if you cut out certain types of games, then you're going to in turn cut out the number of games being released. Therefore, you're going to have a clean. If I go to the new tab on Steam, it's fucking meaningless. I don't even look at it. I don't.
Yeah, it's
why
stupid.
bother? Because it's just filled with.
When have you ever like?
But I've never done that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because I've been trained not to do. So I don't know if this is. I don't know.
When you find out about new games, it's never like it. Rarely for me when I've been on Steam, I'm like, oh, look at this fucking. 99% of the time, it's on like I'm on Reddit or I'm on some other gaming website,
Or a
and
friend tells you about it.
Friend tells me about
or
it.
Twitter, like
100% that.
it is never coming from the store place itself. Now, Steam has done things to combat that, right? You've got the 10 whatever the hell that is, the exploration queue, where it's like, hey, you've played these things and therefore you might like these things. Those I can kind of they've sort of answered that problem in a way for themselves.
Well, even like I was saying, even for that, like I use that sometimes, but sometimes it's like way off. Like I'll be on because I like point and click, whatever kind of games, and sometimes it'll like recommend a MOBA. I'm like, what the fuck? No, too dumb for MOBAs. Like I don't know. I think it's just a non-issue that
there's some stuff, right? Like if it's just, I think like Mark, you said this in our group chat about it in Slack, but like if it's like blatantly racist or something like that.
There's shit. No, there's shit like that. Yes, I get that. Yeah, it shouldn't be on there whatsoever.
But if someone just makes a dumbass game and puts it out, I don't know. I don't know what
it's. Yeah, so
the games on this list, it seems pretty straightforward why they were.
Sure, and like I think the first thing we like instinctively for me, and maybe this is just saying something about Valve, but like Steam is treated as like the be-all end-all place to play PC games. It's like the first thing we think of when like PC games, Steam,
which sucks.
And it's like they just have it monopolized.
Yeah,
and I keep forgetting that other platforms exist.
Yeah,
because we don't
want just celebrated 10 years.
Because we don't want like 50 versions of Steam on our computer. We don't want a Uplay, an EA Access, whatever, and so on and so forth.
Twitch launcher, Epic launcher,
right? And like they exist. So at first
Battle.net.
I was like, they're really shooting themselves in the foot right now because they're backpedaling on what they were saying before, kind of.
Yeah.
Because like first they filtered like Honey Pop and some other games I think
a lot of that
removed, and then they brought it back because people gave it a backlash, even though it's that kind of game. And now they're like, yeah, we're still going to remove a couple more of these. And it's like, it almost seems contradictory to what they were saying before. But at the same time, it's their business, their platform. They can do whatever they want. If you
That's
want
it's what it is, no matter what. It's whatever they say.
I think people have a right to make whatever kind of game they want, despite how distasteful it may be. But there's always a platform somewhere.
Yeah, you've got to.
Like, if you want to go looking for it, you can go looking for it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that anyone should play them, though I probably won't play them, but to have them there in the first place, then obviously you wanted them there, and then you're going to remove it. It's just, that was the only part that just
I never
weird.
thought about it like that, because then you have shit like Itch.
Yeah, you
like
got Itch, you got fucking
you know.
Newgrounds is still out there.
Yeah, like if you want to play really bad, fucked up shit, just like go to Newgrounds or somewhere similar.
I mean, there's even
I guess I never really thought of it like
that's
that.
hitting the Switch marketplace. Like this week, there was a fucking, I don't know. I made a joke about it with you, didn't I?
For
what is a Switch game? There's a couple dumb ones that was just like the
phone, like the phone Asian
there's
girl
the
games
phone
or whatever.
Yeah, those phone model games,
all in Japanese.
Yeah, there's a couple that hit this week where it was like a really bad puzzle game that happened to have. It was
it was like mahjong or something.
Yeah. It was mahjong with
Mahjong
Japanese
sucks.
girls. But it wasn't mahjong. It was like you're doing mahjong, but there's Japanese girl drawings underneath of it.
It can lick mahjong
On Switch, right?
What's the problem here?
It's called my dong.
It's called my dong.
The Witcher author is demanding $16 million in royalties from CD Projekt Red.
This was funny. I thought this was funny.
Yes. The author of the Witcher series of novels is pressing CD Projekt Red for more than $16 million in royalties because he reckons he was shortchanged during licensing agreements made back in 97. I believe so he says, I was stupid enough to sell them rights to the whole bunch. They offered me a percentage of their profits. I said, no, there will be no profit at all. Give me all my money right now, the whole amount. It was stupid. I was stupid enough to leave everything in their hands because I didn't believe in their success. But who could foresee their success? I couldn't. Now he's made a public demand for 6% of the profits obtained for the lifetime of the franchise, which adds up to $16 million.
Speaking of shooting yourself in the foot.
Mark kind of made a good point about this when he shared it in the chat. The way that article is titled makes it seem like he's gonna go to like court, and then CD Projekt, I guess Projekt Red was like battling against it and saying no, but it's more of this guy made a blog post and was like I fucked up.
Yeah, it almost came off as like CD Projekt Red was not crediting him the money he deserved.
Well, yeah, that's how you get people to click on it,
right?
You know?
And it's like that wasn't the case
Which
at
is why
all.
we need to reset the internet, man. I really fucking hate everything. I fucking hate it so much. All this stupid
clickbaity bullshit.
God damn it! Did Michael Jackson rip off Fortnite? No.
Is that seriously a thing?
I don't fucking know, man. It's all just.
I mean, I rarely ever go to game sites other than Free Cheese, of course, but I don't fuck with game sites for that reason alone. It's all bullshit. Even though that's Engadget, but still, I mean,
everyone's just as guilty. You know what I mean? Like,
I miss joystick. Bring back joystick.
Dude, joystick was my shit.
I just wish that everything wasn't so goddamn. But like, how do you? I get both sides of it. I get both. Like, how do you make money off the shit? You gotta, whatever. You gotta
find new ways.
But even the clickbaity stuff, like
you always have to sacrifice your integrity and sense of morale.
Mm-hmm.
Like ad revenue is not what it used to be either. So they're not getting it from the number of clicks. Like I don't know, man. Everything's a fucking subscription service these days.
Yeah,
it's the worst.
Yeah, I mean, I feel bad for the author, but at the same time,
sorry,
dude. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I mean, like, what is he gonna do about it? He signed. It's a written legal document that he signed off.
Is this because of the Netflix thing? Does he get money from that? We don't know.
I mean, I think just period any profit is kind of what they.
I wonder if the books are any good.
I don't know.
It's Polish, right?
Mm-hmm.
Originally.
Yeah. Mario Kart VR is coming to the United States next year.
It's based off of the arcade, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Isn't it here already? Or November? Because I think we have until March next year.
Sorry, yeah, you're right. It is here now until next year. And it's at Union Station in D.C. Is that where we went?
I think so.
For that Switch event? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
I'm surprised it's not in like a Dave & Buster's.
I know.
Now, that's not a Nintendo thing, right?
It's a...
like Nintendo bought a company to make...
Well, Bandai Namco has been behind a lot of their stuff. I don't know if they're behind this one.
Oh, okay.
That would make sense because they do the arcade ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But from the pictures I saw, I think they were using Vive.
That's cool.
Got a new Splatfest in town, kids. Actually, Splatoon's kind of doing a whole big Splatoween makeover.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of the bigger... Yeah, there's a whole event. So right now, if you launch the game via the news tab in your on your Switch, you get 4 masks unlocked. So there's a hat.
Wait, just by going to the news thing?
So you go to the news thing, like, you know, the news channel on the left and whatever. There's a news story about Splatoween.
Mm-hmm.
You click on that, and then you click a thing to launch the game, and it automatically drops a box in your Inkopolis. So you get the Kianshi hat, little devil horns, a hockey mask, and an anglerfish mask.
Hockey mask.
I've been rocking the hockey mask the last few days. Also, there's a new Splatfest, Trick or Treat. Pretty neat. Starting... I don't know when this is.
Which one did you pick?
I went with Trick.
Yeah.
Even though it's not Team Marina.
I know.
What
A lot
was
of them
Trick?
is like
Yeah.
Pearl's been getting some of the better ones.
Yeah, Pearl's
I
got
think
good ones.
me as a kid would want Treat, but me now wants Trick.
Yeah, I want Trick.
Dude, yeah. Yeah.
Because like how dare you break that up?
I know. I know.
And
I mean-
candy sucks in
I mean-
general, so.
I mean, it is Trick or Treat, not Trick and Treat. So
Yeah. I can't see when this is happening, but Inkopolis is going to get a whole makeover. Everything's going to be all spookins.
it
That's
starts
cool.
on the 19th, right?
Yeah, but I don't know if the makeover happens before then or if it's just going to be during the Splatfest. But Splatfest runs from October 19th through October 21st. So 48 hours in total,
I feel like it's going to be just during that.
which is pretty cool. Yeah, more than likely. They've got some stages that are going to be kind of made over with spooky ass shit. It looks real cool, man. You know me. I'm all about.
I like that they went all out for it.
Yeah. It's getting me back in, especially like, I spent that $20 on the Switch Online stuff and I don't care, right? I spent it. I was going to spend it. It's done.
Mhm.
But now I'm like, oh, right. This is part of that, right? Like I'm playing this game because I have that stuff.
Yeah.
And it's fun being back in it. They added a whole lot of new stuff in that game. I'm very curious to see what comes next. If that Battle Royale thing is an actual,
Who knows?
I don't know. But I've been running around with the Jason mask. I got a new weapon. They've got all these new weapons in the game. They've got a Booyah Bomb now.
Oh yeah. Fucking Spirit Bomb.
Dude, fucking Booyah Bomb. You ready? You know you can Booyah in the game. Have you seen that, Ben?
No.
So
Alright.
yeah, like the way to talk
Yeah.
to people. There's up on a D-pad, down on a D-pad. Booyah's one, and I think Come On is the other.
Come on is the other. Unless you just got killed, then it's ouch.
Yeah.
So it's just become a thing. Like that's your in-game communication. You just hit Booyah or ouch or whatever. Or this way is the other
This
one.
way.
Yeah. So if you need your team to follow you to a thing, this way. But it's become a thing for me. As soon as you start the match and you're popping in, and you just hit Booyah. You and your team. Let's Booyah. It's just a dumb thing. So they've added a Booyah Bomb. It's your special that you build up. You pull your special. You leap into the air with this fucking ink bomb in your hand, and it's powered by Booyahs. So your team needs to all hit down on the D-pad as you're in
Just
the air,
spam
and
the
it
shit out of
feeds it, and you
Strong.
can't launch it until it's fed.
Strong.
Now, if people don't, you can just spam down on the D-pad to Booyah yourself. But it's cool seeing them all like fly from different corners of the map, wherever your team is. The Booyah beams hitting your Booyah bomb, and then you fucking throw it and just murder people. Pretty
Strong.
cool. Pretty cool. But yeah, there's that. There's new music in the game now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's good shit. Wait, I missed this.
What?
There's a Mega Man live action movie coming?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wait, what?
This was before the Monster Hunter one.
Got it.
Do we need more movies?
No.
Ugh.
I think we're getting to that point again of like video game movies are coming back, but they think that we're in a good spot for it. I don't think we're in a good spot yet. I think Detective Pikachu might be the most okay. I don't know what Mario's going to be like. I don't know what Sonic's going to be like. But
Christ. No more. Just stop.
like for some of them it makes sense, but come on, just because you have these let these other ones breathe for a bit. You know what I mean? Like, can we get something tangible first before?
Movies suck in general, man. Netflix series is so much better.
So, the people behind this Mega Man movie, did you look at who that was?
I can't remember. I
It's
think
Ariel
I did.
Schumann and Henry Joost.
Okay.
You
What have
may
they
know
done?
them best for starring in, producing, and directing the 2010 documentary Catfish.
Is that it?
They also did Paranormal Activity 3 and 4,
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I fucking love Paranormal Activity movies.
and they did
No, the narrative's pretty good.
they did the movie Viral.
Viral.
Huh.
Wait, is Viral the one I'm thinking of?
Ironic since I haven't heard of it.
They did the movie Viral, but that's not the one I'm thinking of. Nerve?
God
Nerve,
damn it.
that's the one I'm thinking of. Nerve, starring Emma Roberts and Dave Franco. It's like an online truth or dare video game thing.
Oh, that's cute.
It was a fine movie. It was
Yeah, but like
What do
you
you
don't
want?
know what this Mega Man's gonna be like. You don't know.
What do you?
if,
Yeah.
like,
What?
Is it gonna
I don't
be
know,
closer
man.
to that cartoon series that's coming out?
where it's nothing like all the other ones? Is it gonna like?
This says that this was announced
Is it
fucking 2017, so I don't know where we've been. But
is it a gritty reboot? Oh, is it?
Maybe it's because there's a reason why we haven't heard of
well,
it.
there
It popped up on Twitter recently, so I was like,
no. This press release is from October 4th, but
Okay.
they apparently first announced it back then.
When are you gonna play Mega Man?
Yeah. Did anyone get 11? Did you get it? I feel like
No.
that would have been you, but of any of us.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I kind of just go with the reviews out there now. Like, it's good, but it's missing some iconic parts to it.
Yeah.
Apparently, the music wasn't that great this time around.
It's a bummer.
Well, additionally, got another press release from Capcom this week that Monster Hunter is on its way to the big screen.
I give no shits.
Produced by Paul W.
Yeah, I'm gonna have
S.
to pass on that.
Anderson. Oh, he's also directing. So Paul W. S. Anderson, same dude behind the Resident Evil movies.
Yeah, nope.
So there you go.
Nope out of that one.
Nintendo reportedly planning a new version of the Nintendo Switch for late next year.
Oh, it's gonna be late next year. I was like, dang, I might wait for that.
I know.
See, but that.
So this comes from Takashi Mochizuki of the Wall Street Journal. Dude's pretty
accurate.
Yeah, like he doesn't report something unless
Credible.
there's some. Yeah, if he writes it, I'm kind of inclined to believe it. Yeah, I don't know. He says in the report that the new Switch model is still being determined, like what it's actually gonna.
No, they're gonna add more than what we know, for sure.
More than likely. He does state that it will not include an OLED screen. So don't.
Is that good or bad?
OLED's pretty dope. Have you seen much in OLED? I forget the something light emitting diode is what it is. Basically, here's the way it works.
What's the Switch using now?
Just a really shitty LCD screen. Here's how LCD works. Ready, Ben? An LCD screen, every pixel has lights. It's all backlit, right? And then each pixel is made up of 3 different colors. Colors of light, red, blue, green. A little physics lesson for you kids at home.
There you go.
When you make up a color on the screen, those pixels are emitting a different combination of those colors of light to create what you see, including black. So if you see black on a screen, it's not that it is the color black made up by these lights.
Mm-hmm.
An OLED screen does that, except instead of it producing the color black, it actually just turns off the light. So you get a true black.
Damn, that's pretty cool.
And you also get more vibrant colors on an OLED screen. The biggest way you can see this is if you look at like a Vita had an OLED screen. A lot of the late model iPhones have OLED screens. There's now some TVs out there with OLED.
See, I'm trying to.
Yeah, because
I'm trying to see if I've ever come across one.
Like when I was playing The Last of Us, and I'm playing on my monitor, which is not, OLED, whatever. I'm so used to saying OLED.
I know, yeah.
I know, is it OLED or OLED?
Either way, whatever.
Yeah, it's all abbreviated. I noticed because I was trying to get like the best color out of that game, and when I was doing that, everything at the bottom of the screen, especially the blacks, became like a dark blue.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, this sucks so much. I can't change it.
Right, so if you had an OLED screen,
Yeah.
it would just turn off those lights. You would have true black. It's really cool.
So that's okay, because I was wondering if my computer monitor was, but my computer monitor is LED.
An LED is still really. This is that.
Well, it's trash. I'm just gonna throw it out there now. So. $500 for nothing. Whatever. It's cool.
It's LCD, LED, OLED. It's kind of like the hierarchy there.
What if we just called it OLED?
OLED. OLED.
Yeah. Anyway, so that won't be in the Switch though. But
yeah, but that will like ramp up the price.
You know what? I'm not surprised because why would Nintendo ever have modern, up-to-date technology?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it would definitely drive the price up. What I would like to see is something maybe a little thinner. Maybe.
I'm
just trying to think of
2
like
kickstands.
2 kickstands.
I mean, I know
A
none of
metal
us here
rod?
have a mechanical engineering or design degree, but it's like, I wonder like how much more you can improve upon the Switch.
I think you could put a little more power under the hood, for sure.
You think they would do that, like more battery power? I don't know if battery
that
is
too.
an issue.
I could see them redesigning the Joy-Cons.
Like structurally or
Just that little bit, just a more like maybe a little sleeker. Maybe the buttons or joystick is
But
a
then
little
would they
different.
still work on a normal
See,
Switch?
That's my thing. I feel
Probably.
like
I could see. I mean, no, I could see like the grips on a joystick would be different. Maybe
okay, yeah, okay.
the button
I can-
design would be a little just like aesthetic stuff. Nothing internally, but
Yeah, I think you still need to have that core functionality because you want to be able to bring those peripherals
Mhm.
forward.
Mm-hmm.
But I could see it.
because I think their Joy-Cons. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think the HD Rumble that fucking that's not broken to me.
I mean, I guess ultimately, if my dream comes true and it's a little bit thinner and a little bit whatever,
Maybe change the grip part that you slide on.
yeah.
Maybe not make it so hard to come off or whatever.
Maybe we're
Yeah.
thinking too much of it though, because I mean, Nintendo doesn't have the strongest history of redesigning their console.
Well, wait, DS to DS Lite,
Oh, you son of a bitch!
Yeah, think about that.
Game Boy
dude.
to Game Boy Color.
Yep.
If we just rewind,
Game Boy Color
cut
was
that. Actually, I'm
technically-
gonna just head out after saying that because I'm an idiot.
Game
Wow.
Boy Color was technically a different console, like line.
But I could still play Game Boy games.
It could. It was backwards
Yeah,
compatible,
I
but it's
mean-
still. But you're the DS to DS
That, yeah,
Lite,
the DS one.
Yeah.
That's
and then
a
even
strong
reiterating
argument.
the DSi.
But also that's the only thing they've really
Well, I can
done.
also I remember
Console
like,
wise, they've never changed.
no,
the console.
no.
But this is a hybrid.
the Nintendo, the
Yeah.
original NES, they had the top loader.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the Super NES, they had the SNES Junior, but they didn't have like an N64.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oh. I mean, I
But-
knew the top
but-
loader system, but I didn't know that was like
But
a
remember the-
European thing or.
No, I was here, but it was around
Oh.
when like the N64
It was-
came out, so nobody was
really-
really
Oh shit! Really?
fucking with it. Yeah.
But
Okay.
even the N64, while it still kind of remained in the same shape, format, and whatever, you did get like
You got like the orange one.
you had different color, you had different SKUs that way, but you also got the RAM expander,
RAM
that
chip.
little,
You mean Donkey Kong
expansion pack.
64?
yeah. Once that happened, right?
Dude,
but
you know what I've heard? Someone did like, I don't know how legit it is, but he did like a little documentary on Donkey Kong 64 and the RAM chip, and it doesn't actually enhance anything. It's just there's a bug in Donkey Kong 64
Oh yeah.
that
oh,
if
and that's why it was packed in.
it was packed in because last minute, like I don't know how to fuck the fit because it was like a game breaking, but like I think it was like if you played it for a certain amount of time, the game would just lock up.
Huh.
That's why on the Wii U, I guess HDified version,
Yeah.
they recommend that you save in game and turn it off. Like you don't actually use the Wii U's save feature.
Interesting.
Yeah,
And
because
they're
it'll
like-
keep that internal. Because I think once the internal game clock gets to like a certain number during a single playthrough, it locks up.
Wow.
You think
Yeah.
by that point they just would have fixed the bug by then?
I think it was one of those things. It was like they couldn't understand how to do
Yeah.
it, and they just noticed the RAM chip was like the
Shit.
one of the
wild.
Yeah,
At that time, all the cartridges are probably produced. Like we can't.
I know.
This has to ship out now.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No.
I just remember watching that video. And I was like, that's kind of mind blowing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Look, hey, new Switch. I'm super stoked about this.
Yeah, I think it'll be.
I
cool.
like that. I like that Nintendo's doing well. When Nintendo does well,
Dude,
everybody does
they have
well.
all this fucking money now, and then some.
I
You know,
know.
like
I mean, I want every company to do well, but like, nah, I know what you mean about Nintendo.
I do too, but like you know, we watched them through the Wii U years of just like, man, I just want everything to be so, and it just wasn't there, and now we're there. I feel good about it. Very curious to see what happens to the 3DS in the wake of this new Switch. You know,
they claim they're still gonna stick with the 3DS.
well, I mean,
though,
we
right?
got games coming out through
Mhm.
2019 on the fucking thing, so
I really that's
it's
gonna
8
be
years old.
that's gonna be a bummer, man.
What, when it dies?
Yeah, because I was actually I remember I was having like a lazy day with Faith, and I was like legit just in bed playing my DS. I'm like, I should play my 3DS more. Like this is fucking
It's
awesome.
good. I love that
It's
little.
great.
Yeah.
I like it, but at the same time, because of the Switch, I just feel like it's on life support now.
I don't play much on it, but like there's stuff where I'm like, you know, I get the little My Nintendo emails and it's like, hey, this game's discounted. I'm like, ooh, you know, like Luigi's Mansion's coming out next Friday. Y'all getting Luigi's Mansion?
I don't know. It looked pretty bad.
I think I might get it.
I mean, I hope. Usually, videos for 3DS don't represent the game properly,
Yeah, they never do.
so I'm hoping I'm really wrong in that field.
Oh, you mean
But-
visually it looked bad?
Yeah, like.
Oh, because I love that game and they think they. I don't know.
At the same time, it's like you have another handheld console. Technically, why not
I know.
utilize
I-
that? So that's why I'm like.
I guess
what are
just
you
to
doing?
show that they still support the 3DS. That's the only.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I can't hate them for it. Like
Yeah.
it's cool, but at the same time, it's just it feels like they're conflicting with their own current thing.
Yeah, but they did that when they fucking announced they were still going to support the thing.
Yep.
Yeah, then again, whenever a company releases a new console, like, don't worry, we're still going to support blah, blah, blah. When it's like,
yeah,
really? You
And
sure about that?
they good on them, I guess. So, a news story that we've all been waiting for a long time happened this week. Game developers say they're preparing for PlayStation Network name changes. This comes by way of Jason Schreier at Kotaku.com. So, 3 people at 3 different game studios speaking anonymously because they were not authorized to talk to press said that in recent months they've been fixing bugs, tweaking settings, and ensuring that their games are compatible with Sony's plans. Developers of multiplayer games tell Kotaku that they're preparing for PSN name changes to finally come soon. A 4th person who worked for a game studio shared a photo obtained from internal Sony documentation of a PSN profile containing the option Edit Username. The documentation was a guide for changing one's name on the PlayStation Network, that person said. There's no time frame for this. And it might be a time-consuming and difficult prospect to kind of go back and retroactively fix old multiplayer games. Sony has not responded to requests for comment. There you go.
I'm going to be kind of bummed because the main reason why I created a new PSN account as opposed to my PS3 one was because I wanted a different name.
Yeah.
It's I gave Nintendo shit for not having modern technology. But Sony does not get shit internally.
Yeah.
It's like it seems so fucking simple.
It does, and I think if it were, they would have just flipped that switch.
Well, it has to be simple because they're the only ones who don't get it.
See, this is one of those things. It's a very simple thing to fix, but it's snowballed into a much larger issue, as you just brought up. It's like, how are the older games going to support it? Are the developers going to need to dig through old code from a game 10 years ago?
Yeah, like that part sucks. But
the networking side of it, like I am not an engineer at any, like I don't know any of that shit. But my assumption, or the way I kind of follow this is, the way they do their net code, it's picking up on my name as my actual user ID, not anything else. So where other things might have a unique identifier or something like that, this is my name, period. So anything involving online play is pulling to those specific characters in that specific configuration. Changing that, or even trying to create an alias to push to that, probably is a way more difficult thing to do grand scale than not, which sucks.
I see, because then there's stuff like Steam. It's so easy to change your name. Just go in the settings.
I bet they're like, this is all waiting for the whole PS5 thing. Like, look, we have crossplay, we have name changes,
backwards compatibility.
We have like all this shit. Like
you can play any Gran Turismo game you want to.
Actually, I'm backtracking on that. Everybody has a unique Steam ID that you can't change. So I'm wondering, maybe that's where Sony fucked up.
That's probably the solution they're working toward, but not having it built in from the start is probably what fucked it up.
So what it sounds like is Sony's network model technology, whatever, is when you create a name, it's treated as like concrete. That's like that's tied to that account. But that I can understand.
So maybe you can just mask it.
So the way how Steam works is like if you play any multiplayer game on Steam, you open up, that's Valve run, and you open up the console command, you can see everybody's Steam ID that's playing, and it'll say their actual Steam ID. It's like a long set of like numbers and letters. So I'm wondering if that's where Sony fucked up when you created an account. Say you created the free cheese on PSN, that was built in, like that was like the concrete like SmackDown name. So maybe I don't know how Microsoft treats it either. Maybe they have like every character kind of has like a unique ID, and then it masks like whatever you create like masks on top of that.
I mean, that one just completely changes.
Yeah,
because I've changed that name so many times, and it costs money to do it. But
because even Street Fighter, you have to do that too. If you want to change your name, you
have to pay.
You have to pay. It's like $10 or something.
So the only way I can see them doing it now is treating it like Twitter.
Yeah,
where it's like you have that handle, but you still have a name over it.
That's weird. That's still weird, though. I don't know. Yeah. Figure it out, Sony.
In the wake of all of that Telltale stuff. Skybound is going to pick up the remaining chapters of the final Walking Dead.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, Kirkman announced this at Comic-Con.
Yeah. So not a lot of details, just that it's, yeah.
So it will be finished. But, yeah, we don't know.
What does it say for the developers, though? It's like,
Yeah, we don't.
I guess that
don't
kind
know.
of gives them extra time so they can find jobs elsewhere instead of just cutting their throat and throwing them in the street.
I think they already did that, though.
See, that,
Everyone's already been laid off.
is
They're
it the same crew?
No. They're gonna just find a new dev team to do it.
No, well, I mean, they said that they're in right now. They're trying to contact.
Oh, the people who worked on it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah. Like they're trying to get in touch with the people who still want to do it and all that shit.
Okay, that's kind of cool. I'd hope so, because that sucks, man.
Yeah, because Skybound didn't have much to do with that whole Telltale thing. Like that's.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it sucks, and I read about it online. People are like, well, companies shut down every day. Well, it's like, yeah, but a lot of times when
Most of it's
When a
Jay's
company
Jay's
shuts
fault.
down, they usually like.
they give you like a severance, and they'll give you like a couple months to be like, hey, here's health insurance, by the way, for another few set of months. These guys, from what I
Just a
heard, they
heads
legit
up.
just kicked them out the door. Like
They did, like, their
the one
benefits
document's
ended.
yeah, when they first found out, it's like, you have 30 minutes to leave, and that's it. It's like,
Yeah.
all right, cool.
Yeah,
And you
it
say,
sucks.
no benefit, no health benefits or anything after that, so it's scary.
Double check here. That may have been all of our news stories, except, yeah, we have one final little piece of not necessarily
one that triggered you?
news. What triggered me?
Because we were talking about Castlevania, you said something
Oh,
triggered
right.
you.
I did not. Yeah,
So
I
I'm
just wanted
genuinely curious.
to. What I found out is that the versions of Rondo of Blood and Symphony of the Night that are coming in that Castlevania Requiem collection at the end of the month are from the Dracula X Chronicles PSP game. The problem with that is specific to the cool thing is like Rondo of Blood will be fully playable in English, which is rad. That really didn't happen outside of Japan until that collection. In English at least. But what that also means is that Symphony of the Night is now a lesser version. The version that was on PSP in that collection specifically was based on the Saturn version, which seems weird. And it was also provided. I don't think it's based solely. Like I think because there's a lot of weird shit in that Saturn version, but there's more similarities to the Saturn version than not. Something like that. The big problem is here's the reason why it's upsetting. The voice cast was completely redone from scratch.
Yeah.
So
No more, what is a man?
there's none of that. There's none of that.
I'm okay with that, because I'm not going to play Symphony of the Night. I'm going to just play Rondo of Blood. I already played Symphony of the Night.
I'm gonna not buy
Done
it.
deal.
That's
all right.
done deal.
I think I have Symphony as a PS1 classic on my
Yeah.
PlayStation TV.
You do, and
Yeah.
you can not play that on your PS4 because who wants to play those games anyway, right?
Who wants to play old games? Why would you ever want to play old games?
Yeah.
So fucking stupid. Just put them out on the
I
goddamn.
mean, have you seen the graphics?
Ugh.
Ew. Am I right, guys?
Sprites. What the fuck?
That would never sell. Again.
There's look, this whole like long running Jim Ryan meme has become such a thing where there's moments, I'm gonna be honest, where I sit down and I go, why did I ever start this? And then I remember the actual quotes and I'm like, that's why.
Yeah, that's why, man.
That's why. Fucking God.
Games are stupid. Art is stupid.
Tell you what's not stupid. We have a 15th anniversary to celebrate. So this podcast is up today, October 8th. But yesterday, a.k.a. today, the day we're recording.
Time, how does that work? Miracles.
Got a little special anniversary. I don't know if y'all saw this thing I posted.
You
But,
did, but I can't remember.
Yeah, today, October 7th, 2003. It's been 15 years since the initial release of the Nokia N-Gage.
I don't know why Guerrilla Radio was in my head.
Dude, fuck yeah, man.
Yep.
Engage Against a Machine, maybe. Maybe that's why I thought of it.
It's real good. Real good. Does your dude still have one?
I told you, the it like died or something. No, I don't think it died. It was whatever phone carrier wasn't supporting that whatever chip was in that phone. It's like, dude, the phone's like 20 years old. Move on.
He used to start his own phone company just to support it.
Yeah. Poor guy.
That's funny.
God, what a. Have you guys ever used one?
I've only played the like demo one at Electronics Boutique.
Dang.
Yeah, that was the only time I ever did too.
Yeah.
But, yeah, you gotta get your hands on one. Just
I think I played Sonic.
just to get it in.
I want to play Tony Hawk on it.
Or maybe maybe it was Tony Hawk. Definitely wasn't Tomb Raider.
Yep. That's everything I got. You guys got any other news stories from the week? Anything we missed or whatevs?
No.
Kind of news-ish, but I thought it was pretty interesting. NEC, the big fighting game tournament.
Yeah, yeah.
Top 10 most registered games. Number 1 is Soul Calibur 6. Now, I'm not sure if that's a hype thing. Maybe everybody just getting way too hyped about it, but
could be.
Thought it was interesting. It was because usually I would say, especially for those kind of events, it's Tekken is the one that people sign up most for. Then it's Street Fighter, and then it's DBZ. But this year, it's
I don't know. It
Soul
looks
Calibur,
good.
huh?
Soul Calibur 6.
Well,
man.
I think that's good because if you recall that quote from the series producer or director, whoever it was, talked about how like if this one doesn't do well, I don't know what the hell we're gonna do next.
There's no reason to make it. If it doesn't do well, there's no reason to make another Soul Calibur after that.
Yeah. I think what I really need.
I think it's going to do well.
I think so too. I need another fucking Darkstalkers, man.
Yep.
Come on. I almost bought those goddamn costumes.
Capcom, man, hit him up.
The only reason I didn't buy the costumes this week is because
They'll make a movie before they'll make a game.
God damn it.
I didn't buy them just because I didn't know. I don't think I have access to everything that's like. I buy the costume pack for $15, but I still only have like the bare bones version of Street Fighter 5. So like I don't even have.
See, but why do you want to buy it, Joe?
Because I want to play as fucking Morrigan. That's it. That's it.
Just play Darkstalkers then, man.
Yeah, I know. But I like the 3D models. They look cool.
Yeah, but she's not going to have her Shadow Blade. She's not going to have.
Yeah, I know.
She's just going to have spinning
None of
bird
the cool
kick.
tricks.
I should play Darkstalkers.
They should make another Darkstalker. I mean, Samurai Showdown got announced a few weeks ago. At this rate, anything is going to get announced.
I hope so.
New Way of the Warrior. Bring it.
Dude. I don't know. I feel like recently, didn't they bring up rival schools and stuff?
I don't know.
I think Ono was talking about some shit recently.
Just combine all those games together. Street Fighter, Final Fights, Rival Schools.
Yeah.
Make a Capcom versus Capcom, dude.
Yeah.
Do it, fucking cowards.
They should make another Marvel vs. Capcom, just
not Marvel.
not Marvel.
Yo, they got. Think about all. What was that one that we talked about?
Just Capcom Universe.
That PS2 one.
Dude, it was like a Capcom All Stars thing where it was like a bit from like Red Earth.
Oh, I
Yeah.
remember that. Yeah, just do that. Just make it bigger.
Yeah.
Everybody's here except Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, he's so fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
Or even like bring back Capcom vs. SNK. Dope.
Yeah.
I love that.
Dope.
Yeah.
The second one.
Dope. Great game.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. I don't know, man.
Someone get Capcom on the line.
What y'all got playing this week?
Recovering.
VGs.
Who?
VGs. Video games.
Yeah, what are you jumping into?
I'm just going to hopefully finish up Forest.
I need to start Bloodborne. I just don't feel like turning on my PS4.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I told you guys I got I've already had a new Dreamcast stand.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
When's
pretty
all
nice.
your-
It's just
Very
my
nice
PS4.
looking.
When's your stuff show up?
Well, the game came about a couple weeks ago, and then I had a 6-foot extender for the controller.
Jesus Christ.
And then the new controller, I have to see if I'm going to be the winning bid for. I'll know by tomorrow around this time. Back in, dude, I was so fucking bummed. I was playing the other night. Popped in Crazy Taxi. Please insert disc.
No.
I was legit upset.
Is it scratched?
I guess. I mean, I looked on it. It was scratched, but not to the point like there was like deep cuts into it.
Well,
Toothpaste.
Well, wait. Maybe
I've actually done that before.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try
That's
that.
what fixed my Symphony of the Night.
No,
I'm
but
gonna
like
have to do it.
is it just only doing it to that game?
It's just doing it to that game.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
just doing it to
yeah,
that
yeah.
game. No, I
Toothpaste.
saw it and I
was like,
almost threw up.
Like, is it the Dreamcast? Maybe. It's
no,
the...
but then I put in that new game I bought and that was fine. Then I put in Shenmue and that was fine. I was like, all right, I'm good.
Nice.
But it's
Yeah,
still not good
not
because
nice.
Crazy Taxi. but
Toothpaste, dude.
I'm gonna do that when I
Plain
get home.
white toothpaste.
I know it's I know.
Real gentle.
I got this.
Look it up. I look up.
No,
the
I
video.
used to do that for my
Yeah.
old Sega CD games.
Yeah,
I've never done
it works. I didn't believe it, but I had nothing else to lose, and
Yeah, no, this way, what you have a broken disc. What are you gonna do with it? Yeah.
and Tyler Block did it for my Symphony of the Night. Worked. It worked. Speaking of Tyler Block, speaking of video games, should have another episode of Under My Umbrella hitting this week. We had our first foray into Colorado in Hitman with a hammer go up last week. Also, part 3 of the Chaos Chronicles is out there. I think it's. We had so much shit in the can that I just didn't put up because I
It
don't
happens.
remember why. Because I don't have all this, whatever. But it's up. I think everything is up at this point that we've recorded.
Yeah.
We got a couple more we're working on. We got a big meeting this week. Plan some stuff. Figure out that game of the year nonsense.
I already know I'm gonna
Well,
totally botch game of the year. So
nah.
yeah.
Dude, honestly, it's been a real light year. I was thinking about that, like, as we start to talk about everything, and, like...
Well, no, because you had Spider-Mans, you had God of Wars.
Yeah, but...
That's it. No.
That's what I mean. Like, there's not been a whole
You got Smash
lot...
coming out. You got Mario Parody.
Yeah, Mario Party's not going to make them. I mean, we
See-
might have to make up a new category for Mario Party specifically. But,
Party game of the year.
Yeah. I don't know, but yeah, there wasn't... You know what I mean? Like... Usually by now there's
Yeah.
that thing where everyone's like fully aligned, or maybe not aligned, but we're all kind of like, we've got our thing. Like, nope, this is the one. Like, even now, like, I was thinking, like, do I play Assassin's Creed?
I was
Do?
on the Steam page about to smash that button, and then I read into it more, and now I'm like,
I haven't played
don't know.
Assassin's
I don't know
Creed
about that.
ever, and I was so dismissive of all that stuff. And then I played Watch Dogs 2 and was like, dang, dude, Ubisoft makes a good video games. It's like, I don't know. Even Red Dead, I'm like,
I'm not getting Red Dead. Red Dead.
I don't know.
All I can say about Red Dead is you can just watch a video of anybody who had the early playtime with it,
Yeah.
like any journalist or whatever, and they go in depth about it, and just like, I'm sold.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't play the originals.
You don't have to.
You already know what happens. Like I told my coworker, and he was like, "Well, this is what happens at the end of it," and I was like,
I mean,
"I guess I don't have to play it now because I know." But it's a prequel. I know.
yeah. I mean, the story is.
Well, every time I see it, I keep thinking it's high noon, and I fucking hate that so much. I think that's why I hate Overwatch so much.
If you want to play this week, Halloween event's starting. I'll be jumping into some of that stuff. I forget what else. I don't know. Video games.
Real quick, Dead by Daylight has a bunch of Halloween shit going on right now, by the way. So, just throwing that out there.
All right.
I think they got a few new maps. I think they're getting a new monster in, so I'm going to play that by... I think I dabbled a little bit just to see what was going on, so I'm going to probably play some of that this week.
All right. That might be the jam. I think that's it. We'll have some stuff hitting the website this week. I think, probably, maybe. Yeah, definitely. At least bare minimum, we'll have another episode of Hitman with a Hammer, because we got to get through that game before Hitman 2 comes out in a month.
I keep forgetting.
Is that a month?
Yeah, dude. That game comes out November 13th.
Now, this was the... It's not... What was it? Ubisoft before? Square.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not
yeah.
Square.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
all
the sold
IO.
off.
It's straight from IO Interactive.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yeah, pretty cool. And that is going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Cool. Yeah. You can follow us all on Twitter. The Free Cheese is at Some Free Cheese. Mark is at Og_Mental. Ben is at SevBenz. I am at The Free Cheese. Go to thefreecheese.com. Check out what we've got. Podcast at thefreecheese.com if you want to mail us a question. I forgot to check that email, so if you emailed us in the last week, I'm sorry. I think I have it on my phone. But
Send us your wasabi stories or
Send
hentai wasabi stories.
Send hentai stories. Send us some fall recipes. I've been getting into some fall recipes. I
I
got
like
a
that.
fucking squash upstairs. I'm about to go
Squash.
Hey, dude.
squash.
What he
Yeah.
said. Send us your hentai squash stories.
I am down for some hentai squash stories.
Squashing some hentai.
Yes. We're gonna leave it on that hentai squash. We'll see you next week. Thanks, Mark. Thanks, Ben. Thanks, listener, for listening. We'll see you next time.